What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you doing this evening? I finally made it live after missing yesterday because the internet was down most of the day. And then, of course, I had obligations that I completely forgot about today. So that's how it goes. But here I am late for my birthday stream in an empty, echoey room that I'm starting to put together. You can see the comic book rack is up, and my Strider sword is right there. So yeah, things are going to start coming up. I have 120 foam panels coming to stick on the wall to soundproof this place and hang some action figures up. So it should be up hopefully within a couple, 3 days. We will see. Let's see who's here first. And welcome, everyone, for a late night Nerdrotic Nooner at Night breakfast show. That's what I want to call it. It's going to be kind of a chill stream. We're going to talk about Star Trek a little bit, some of the troubles they're having, and this article about Charles Dance wants to remake Game of Thrones Season 8. I actually think it's a great fucking idea. And we'll talk about George's Wins a Winner update. And then I'll save the rest for tomorrow's Nooner, which is going to be on time. So, and yeah, it's my birthday. I'm 51. I have the same birthday as Robert Redford. Welcome, K. Bastard, Tina Bohan, Henry Perez, Captain Robert April, Bill William, DW, Alvirian Imakara, and Fetches Lavacha. Did I say that right? Fetches Lavacha. Oh, we also have a teeny bit of Lord of the Rings news. Starry-Eyed Girl is here with a wrench. Welcome, Starry-Eyed Girl. John Canning, Angel Wolf, Trina Guthridge, Old and Peculiar. I like that name. Perry Chan, the great Perry Chan, is with us today, gracing us with his presence. That is brilliant. What's up, Perry? How you doing? Stellar Heather is here with a wrench. Drake is 6, who is a member. That's brilliant. The Gaming Wolf 87. Thank you, Electric Media Madness, for the birthday wishes. Same with you, Jobu's Rum, Jobu, and Heart Sauce, Andrew Jeppeson, and Game Beaten, a.k.a. BST, David B. Thank you for the birthday wishes, and Riches is good, too. I'll take Riches. No. Fat Freddy's Cat. That's a crazy comic. Judicon, Chris P. Teppo, Tulpu. How am I supposed to say that? I'll just say Teppo. We're good. John Kelly, Office Truffles, Tearies, and Postmaster Dan. Or Past Master. Oh, is it Past Master Dan? Sorry, Past Master Dan. Well, thanks for all the birthday cake, everybody. Yes, I'm alone on my birthday, and Mrs. Nerdrotic felt pretty bad, although it was my decision to come down here early. I didn't want to really celebrate. I mean, you don't celebrate 51. 50, yeah. 51, nah. I ended up going out to a brilliant Mexican dinner at a restaurant. We had to sit outside. Primo's. It's a great place here in San Diego. It's a chain, but it's freaking great. The best carne asada burritos. Oh, I ate so much. I almost fell asleep. It was great. It's great to be in the town where I grew up. It is. And it was taken off. Chairman Newsom took San Diego off the watch list today, which means after 14 days, they have to, I guess all the businesses have to be compliant and they have to go through this like grace period. It's such bullshit. It's like 7 days is enough. 14 days after people have been locked down for months. Right after you opened everything up again. And of course, San Francisco still shut down. Fucking stupid motherfuckers up there. I've been working on my Cal exit video for a long time, and I was telling Az after the live stream today, I found a massive mistake in it. I almost uploaded it today, and I could not believe. You travel, you get a little frazzled, right? And my God, it was, maybe I'll put it in a blooper section somewhere. It's hilarious. It's like the worst mistake I've ever made. So glad I did not put it out. I was like, oh shit, I am tired. My God. And it passed like 3 viewings, and then I watched it with some fresh eyes this morning. I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Welcome everyone. This, you know, God damn it. It feels like forever since I've live streamed solo. I had a lot of fun on bagging and boarding and chatting with Az, even though I was very tardy. And thanks, Az, again, for being very understanding about that. And, yeah, I had a lot of fun on the Inquisition, where I did that one inside of a closet, which was great. Yeah, I've got these cedar room closets, and they're perfect sound-proofed rooms, though. They're brilliant, but they're too small. They're too small. This house is the house of masculinity. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter. I showed it's got a shoe shine station and a big-ass wood shed and 2 fireplaces and a little hobbit hole where I can kick back and smoke my little hobbit pipe if I want to. I'm going to get a hobbit pipe now. Now that I have a hobbit hole, I'm getting a hobbit pipe. So I'm definitely doing that. This house is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Leave it to Mrs. Nerdrotic to find a house like this. Internet kind of sucks here, though, so we'll have to work that out. I have somebody coming out tomorrow. Otherwise, let's find out what's in the news. So we'll go to Bounding into Comics first. I just released a video. I thought it was hilarious that the adult pretenders are deciding to bail out of Hollywood after they, I don't know, rooted on all the rioting and the looting, and now it's gotten a little bit too much for them, and they're deciding to leave. Those pieces of shit. Are we surprised? It's going to be so fucking hard to watch anything new now from Hollywood. I'm not going to lie. I cover pop culture, but it's nothing short of disgusting what they have done. They have really taken part in rooting on the destruction and spurning people on to, I don't know, walk in neighborhoods. Apparently that happened. I was told on my member stream today that happened in my hometown today, where people were walking up and down the streets with megaphones telling all the white folk to get out. Well, they are anyway, but it's not just the white folk who are getting out. It's families. It's middle-class families who aren't all white in San Francisco. They're actually, that would probably be, it's still the majority, but not by much. A lot of Asian families, a lot of Hispanic families are middle class there too, and they're getting the fuck out as well because they want their kids to be safe too. I know it's a silly little thing. But we'll start with some innocent news here. Now, I'm just coming across this on Bounding into Comics. It looks like 4chan is involved, so get that grain of salt out. And remember, people have posted fake stuff on 4chan to try to discredit yours truly in particular, and Doomcock and Midnight's Edge. And I mean, I'm honored that they've tried to do that. So, but you got to take everything with a grain of salt from 4chan all the time anyway. But this is the first, I just saw the article. So this is the first time I'm seeing this. We'll read it live together. Lower Decks does suck. That's confirmed. I know Captain Robert April likes it. Bird of Prey 5 doesn't think it's that bad. He still thinks it's shit. That's fine. I mean, you guys, it's okay. I can't stand it. Mariner's voice is like a penis on a cheese grater. It's that. It's like fingers on a chalkboard doesn't do it justice. New rumor claims more Star Trek shows canceled, including Picard, as internal struggle mounts between Emma Watts and Alex Kurtzman. Now, I don't want to get too excited about Emma Watts, but she might be the hero of the people. She might get my vote for president if she gets rid of Alex Kurtzman. I might weep if she gets rid of Alex Kurtzman. I think that article that I covered in the last Star Trek video I did, where she came out. I mean, this article came out, Midnight's Edge covered it too. This article came out the day after Lower Decks premiered, and it didn't mention CBS Viacom until the very end, and it didn't mention any Kurtzman shows specifically. They were talking about movies like it's still a separate universe, which I found to be fascinating. My Spock eyebrow went up. I thought that was interesting. And it's obvious what it is, by the way. They when they do stuff like that out in the open, that is most definitely sending a message. That is publicly sending a message that's a vote of no confidence in Alex Kurtzman. If it was a vote of confidence, she would have mentioned him. She would have said, hey, everything is just rosy here in Star Trek land at CBS and Paramount. And Alex Kurtzman, who is running Star Trek right now on the television side, will be handpicking somebody to get us into the cinemas. And we're going to connect it, because it's a big, happy Star Trek universe now, all together like a Marvel Cinematic Universe. To me, it sounds like he's just on the TV side now, just doing the TV stuff, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that article was interesting. A brand new set of Star Trek rumors has surfaced, claiming that there is an internal power struggle being waged between Emma Watts and Alex Kurtzman for the future of Star Trek. Not only does the new rumor from 4chan detail that there is an internal power struggle, but it also claims that Star Trek Picard Season 2 will not be happening, and that Lower Decks might also get the axe. Honestly, I would axe Lower Decks before I would axe Star Trek Picard, because Star Trek Picard, at least you can like fire everybody, pretend the last season didn't exist, bring in a new competent crew, and maybe make something out of it. Lower Decks is garbage. It's just, I mean, it's mindless garbage. Is it as harmful as Picard and Star Trek Discovery? No, because it doesn't even count in Kurtzman's universe. This is just a parody. It's a joke. It's a cartoon. The rumor begins, although they want people to be introduced to Star Trek like with this. God, that art sucks. The rumor begins by claiming that Star Trek Prodigy has been canceled internally due to Emma Watts pushing to take the reins of Star Trek away from Alex Kurtzman and Bad Robot. Now, that is one white straight male that I am absolutely okay with being replaced by a strong female lead. I think Alex Kurtzman should be the change he wants to be, as long as it's something better. God, I'm over that. Star Trek Prodigy was just recently announced by Viacom CBS just about a month ago in July. In that announcement, the official Star Trek website revealed that the show was being developed by Kevin and Dan Hagman and overseen by Nickelodeon's Ramsey Nato. Now, Nickelodeon. Does anybody watch Nickelodeon anymore? I haven't watched Nickelodeon. Drake and Josh was on Nickelodeon, right? Yeah. I think that was the last time I watched it. I actually really liked that show. It was Drake and Josh, right? Yeah, the sitcom. I thought that was hilarious. I loved that show. I watched it with my kid, with Nerdrotic Tall. The series is expected to be fully CG animated and follow a group of lawless teens who discover a derelict Starfleet ship and use it to search for adventure, meaning, and salvation. Searching for meaning is something Star Trek has been doing since Alex Kurtzman took over. They announced the series was expected to debut on Nickelodeon in 2021. Good luck. I don't think that's going to happen. Just a week ago, Star Trek would announce they found a director for the series in Codehunter's Ben Hibben. Not only will Hibben direct, but he will also serve as a co-executive producer and the creative lead. NATO announced Hibben's involvement, saying Ben's contributions to the world of animation are immeasurable, and we are so lucky to have his vision and creative genius on Star Trek Prodigy, blah, 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 blah. As an incredible storyteller and a world builder with a distinct vision, his original approach paired with his, I'm falling asleep reading this, beloved properly with a characters to life new way. Hidden added his own comments, getting the chance to work on an IP like Star Trek and then not doing anything with it. I mean, it's just the ship. You're not in the IP of Star Trek. Has been an incredible opportunity, particularly when partnered with the talented teams at Nickelodeon, CBS, and Secret Hideout. Is he serious? Talented team at Secret Hideout. Well, they are very talented at getting work with no talent. So I guess that in it of itself is a talent, right? Who have been pushing the boundaries of the fandom's limits and, pushing the boundaries of what animation and serialized storytelling for younger audience can deliver. Where have these boundaries been pushed? Are you producing any of this shite yet? Are you saying the other Star Trek is for kids? Okay. Okay. Just because something is for the simple-minded doesn't mean it's for kids. It's hard to imagine that show would be canceled 7 days after finding a director, but it's also not the first time that a show would fall into limbo while having attached to director. Hell no. Oh God, no. It happens all the time. As far as an internal struggle between Kurtzman and Emma Watts, Watts was announced as the newly appointed president of Paramount Motion Picture Group, a subsidiary of Viacom CBS, at the end of June. So she just got there. Remember, listen, AT&T was going to buy, before I get into this, they were going to buy Warner Brothers. Everybody in the fucking world knew it. They were waiting on government approval. In the meantime, Warner Brothers was business as usual. So they launched DC Universe, knowing full well they would get rid of it if AT&T took over, yet they still launched it. I remember signing up for a year. I was talking to my friend at the time about that very thing. We're like, oh, how long is this going to last? And here we are. So yeah, it's going to be business as usual because Sherry Redstone and the people who want to replace Kurtzman, if indeed they want to do that, aren't going to tell him. That's not how it works. He will be the last to know unless he's got little spies or something like that, which could happen, or people, but for the most part, like when they, every time they used to get rid of a manager at the auto dealerships I was working at, that dude did not know until he got fired. Same thing here. Watts made a few comments saying, at such a rapidly evolving time in our business, Paramount's rich history and commitment to unique and diverse storytelling. Diverse. Sorry. I heard that word associated with Lord of the Rings today. Oh, yeah. Storytelling, make it essential in this new era of filmmaking, she added. I look forward to working alongside Jim and the rest of the talented Paramount team to continue creating an environment that not only provides stability and confidence within the industry, but also empowers the creative community to do their very best work. Now, I do believe Emma Watts comes from Fox, and she was powerful there. So this is Emma Watts is Kurtzman's better, and I could definitely see her wanting to put her people in charge of Star Trek if that is indeed her crown jewel. According to another report from Deadline earlier this month, Watts' top priority is Star Trek. They claim that new film chief Emma Watts, who managed many franchise at Fox, is in the process of figuring out which way to go. Well, I thought we knew which way to go. I mean, look at this. This was just a brilliant short trek. It changed Star Trek forever. Nevertheless, the rumor goes on to point out that the Star Trek short treks have been canceled. Yes, that I have heard. The rumor also adds that Star Trek Discovery Season 3 will most likely be its final due to Watts' intervention. The rumor specifically states Star Trek Discovery Season 3 has been edited and filmed to end on a series finale, but was meant to leave things open if there was a possibility for renewal, which we heard there was until she got there. However, thanks to Watts, it definitely will not be. Excuse me. So, on the Inquisition last Sunday, and in my last Star Trek video, I said, and listen, we have been saying this for 2 years. You need to get rid of this fool, Alex Kurtzman, right now. If you don't get rid of him right now, you're not going to have a franchise that is worth shit. And I am here to tell Emma Watts, as much as I appreciate what she is doing, and I am rooting for her if she wants to get rid of Alex Kurtzman and start making real Star Trek, it probably is too late. It's probably too late. You can go out, you can get Chris Pine, you can get them all back together for another one of those movies, or you can start something brand new, and hardcore Star Trek fans will get excited, and they'll go, and it will do insurrection money. It just won't make it in the movie theaters. Star Trek is a television show, so keep it there. Keep it as an episodic, serialized television show that doesn't cost a ton of money. Don't jump and put it in the movie theater. It won't fucking work. People will not buy it. I would love to say differently, but I mean, Star Trek has gone so far downhill. Listen, even the fan community is in pieces right now. Look at the fan films. Look at, you don't have Star Trek Continues anymore. And the two biggest fan films, Axanar and Continues, those guys hate each other. They fucking hate each other. Why? I don't know, and I don't care. I think Star Trek Continues is better, just because it feels like it has more heart, more soul, and I like those old sets. I'm not gonna lie. Axanar, is cool, but I mean, like, I know too much about the behind the scenes, and it's just a total turnoff, and because it's a goddamn fan film. Chill out, okay. Next, the rumor claims that Star Trek Lower Decks might also be on the chopping block. It states Star Trek Lower Decks may or may not survive depending on its viewership, but it has extremely low, which might make its green lit season 2 suddenly evaporate. Yes. What did I guess? I guessed 223,000 people watched Star Trek Lower Decks. And I'm probably not far off, because the numbers of people who are watching, the last time I heard, and this is way back in Star Trek Discovery season 1 days, towards the end, was something around 200 to 300,000 people watching. And I don't know if that was watching the whole episode. It was viewing numbers. It could be somebody who watched it for 2 minutes and dipped out. I don't know about that, but the number I heard was in the 300,000s, which is like a Friday night sci-fi show, sci-fi show. I can't imagine. Oh, God. So dumb. Star Trek Lower Decks was initially reported by Deadline to have a 2-season order back in October 2018. The rumor would then address Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It claims Strange New Worlds so far is unaffected, but if Kurtzman is removed entirely, then the leadership on it will also change, and Akiva Goldsman will also be removed. Yes. See, if you get somebody competent on that show, count me in. Kind of. I don't like Spock, though. We need to put him on an away mission for the entire season. Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Come on, get back together, Rebecca Romaine Stamos. It just sounds better. He still loves you, And I like Anson Mount quite a bit. I think he's a good actor. I think he's wasted with Kurtzman writing. The rumor then claims Star Trek Picard Season 2 will not happen. It claims Sir Patrick Stewart is contractually bound to talk about the production positively in public, but that will cease come November, when he will be released from his contract and the show will be formally canceled. How big of a failure do you have to be if that actually happens? And I'm not saying it's going to happen. Again, this is all grain of salt. This could all be bullshit. This could all be bullshit. But if that happens, That is one of the biggest whiffs all time in Hollywood. You had Sir Patrick Stewart back to do a Next Generation sequel, and you put him on a crew with like a tweaker and a soccer player and a schizophrenic, neurotic, nerd girl, and you put him in a dystopian nightmare. I mean, you couldn't have tried to suck any harder than that. Really, it's a singularity of suck. Jesus Christ. Look at that shitty uniform. That uniform is terrible. That one, I'm a little distracted about this uniform. What's distracting me about this uniform? Can't put my finger on it. All right, I shouldn't put my fingers on it. It'd be very inappropriate. Stewart has routinely discussed that a second season is happening. Forgive me, ladies. Just a little over a month ago, Stewart sat down as Will Wheaton told him season 2 was happening. Well, yeah, I've always heard that season 2 and 3 are happening, and it's all up to P. Stew. P. Stew. But apparently, it's going to be very hard to work with him as he's standing behind like a plastic, every time you go to a restaurant or gas station, there's that big plastic guard now. He's probably going to have to be like a boy in a bubble. Maybe they can write a script where it's like Picard in a bubble for the entire season. That might work. Stewart stated, I got to get as tired as him. I'm not as good as old man Tom, but I had some encouraging news only yesterday about when we might be looking at starting again. Oh, shoot, hang on. I'm a little winded here. It's all these predictions are depending on the best possible circumstances. He added, I can tell you that CBS is utterly committed to another season of our show. Utterly committed. That's going to happen. Other than that, I'm not being provocative, but I don't actually know how much to tell you, Stewart concluded. Well, I wonder what the insurance costs for that guy. I really do. Stewart reassurances of Star Trek Picard Season 2 come after the show saw more than 500,000 drop in viewership during the first season in Canada. And Canada was very unhappy with Star Trek Picard, and good for Canadians. A recent report from Giant Freaking Robot claimed the show lost at least 45% of its overall viewership. You know what? That one has to be right. I think it might be a little bit more, but that one, so how you can tell is, and I've said this before, go on YouTube and go watch the channels, good and bad, the ones who support the show and the ones who do not support the show and the ones who are in the middle, and go see how their review videos do as the season goes on. And what happens is they taper off 20, 30% automatically from the first show. And by the end of the season, it's off 45 to 50%. If you go watch my reviews, my first review had 140,000 views. My last one had 80,000 views. And hey, that's great. I'll take it. Especially for a dumb live stream. But people just lost interest. They didn't care. It was god awful. It was boring. The rumor then doubled down on the idea that there is a power struggle between Watts, Kurtzman, and Jar Jar Abrams' Bad Robot. What do they have to do with anything? I thought they were gone. An internal power struggle over Star Trek occurring between Watts and Kurtzman, he's backed by Jar Jar, who receives profits from all new Star Trek shows through Bad Robot licensing. Well, what are they licensing? Eagle Moss? Oh, it's a good thing I brought up Eagle Moss because I got something today from Eagle Moss. I'm going to show it to you. We're almost done with this article, but I am loving this because if this is true, this is a birthday present to me. This is a birthday present. Emma Watts, if I wasn't already married, that'd be the girl for me. If she gets rid of Star Trek, she gets rid of Kurtzman. That's a woman right there. That is a woman. So where was I? I was thinking about the lovely Emma Watts. That's only if she fires Alex Kurtzman. It then claims that the entire production slate of Star Trek could be wiped, claims if Watts emerges victorious against Kurtzman and Jar Jar Abrams. If you pray to anything, if you pray to the universe, to the gods, to Loki, to the Norse gods, to Jehovah, anybody, do it. Do it now if you love Star Trek. If Watts manages to oust them, the Trek production slate will be wiped clean and a deal will be made with a new showrunner. You can see the full rumor from 4chan below. If somebody crafted this whole thing from bullshit, the first question I have to ask is, I mean, who's got that kind of time? Like even during the coup, who's got that kind of time? And they're cruel. If it's not true, they're just cruel. They're teasing Star Trek fans. So would it be somebody who likes Kurtzman? So you decide to punish the people who you like Kurtzman and you want to punish the people who don't like Kurtzman by teasing them that the guy you like is getting fired. So I'm trying to look at the logic behind this. I mean, it could be maybe somebody's just really fast and good at bullshit. And that's good. That's fine. I mean, the internet is full of it. What do you make of these rumors? Well, too good, not too good to be true. Some of them actually kind of make sense. I don't know where Jar Jar Abrams' involvement. I mean, I suspect he makes a few bucks on the back end, but I don't think he'd care. He just made $500 million, or maybe he does. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. I don't know. Here, let's. Here we go. Speaking of Eagle Moss, oh yeah, hell yeah! I actually got this for a while, and I didn't know I had it, and I was unpacking my stuff, and it got piled in with my movings, and I'm glad my wife put it in there. So this is like. Oh, it smells like an Eagle Moss thing, too. Look at this. This is badass. Here you go. The Orville, ladies and gentlemen, by Eagle Moss. It's awesome. So this, I believe, is the small one, right? Is this the small one? I'm pretty sure it's the small one. There might be a bigger one than this. This is nice. It's so good. They do such a great job. It's a good company, and they're kind of a hobby company. And this is, I mean, like the only good Star Trek stuff is Eagle Moss creating ships. So it comes with a little stand. They box things brilliantly, quite frankly, because it makes it. You can drop this box and nothing will happen to this ship at all. So well done, Eagle Moss. Well done. Very happy. I'll be very happy to hang that off my ceiling. But I gotta admit, I love my 3D Trekker Orville the best. It makes music. Excuse me. All right, let's go to the people. That was some damn good Star Trek news. Even if it's bullshit, it was nice reading it. Dave G Sound. Here's $2. Happy birthday. Keep it up, man. Thank you, Dave G Sound, for the $2. I appreciate it. And it's an official live stream because Culture Casino is here with a phallic unicorn with $1.49. Thank you, Culture Casino. K-Win Upstate for $2. I love Star Trek Discovery, girl. Not. You're funny. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they love Star Trek Discovery. I've heard it's okay. I like it. It's all right. I haven't heard like, I freaking love fucking Stamets and Michael Burnham. I love Gary, Lower Deck sucks. Send help. Smatter Effect, sure. I will. Absolutely. And well, it looks like we might have some help right there. It looks like we might be rid of Alex Kurtzman And all it took was hiring somebody competent. And, Disney is losing a bunch of people from Fox who were very, very good. And part of the reason is some of those people could stay, but they chose not to because they didn't want to work for Disney. Happy birthday, Gary. It's also my sister's 41st birthday. So she's exactly 10 years younger than I am. Well, she's going to be around 10 years longer. That's good. Monster Huntress Rune, thank you for the $2 and happy birthday to your sister. Happy name day, Sir Gary. Well, thank you, Sergeant Politeness, for $2. Happy name day to you. Shark Dentures for $5. Hail, Gary, and happy birthday. Hope the movie was mostly painless. Hope the move, sorry, was it. It's mostly painless. Yes, it's it's just moving is nothing but picking up everything you own and moving it somewhere and then putting it all back up again. It's not that big of a pain in the ass. It's just a major pain in the ass. Congrats on being older than me until December, LOL. Well, Shark Dentures for $5. How does that work out? I'm always older than you. Classic Comics for $2. Patrick Stewart in Midnight Cowboy. Yes. That thumbnail is from, I think, the Saturday Night Live where he was doing the Western hits. Yes, it was pretty funny. RR, thank you for the $99.99. Holy shit. My God, man. Happy birthday. May you and your family flourish wherever you may go. Hail, brother. Yeah, we're getting the fuck out of California for good. As much as we love it here in San Diego, it is very, very clear Chairman Newsom will shut everybody back down again in a couple months. I think he's going to let the people kind of open back up for a little while longer. I want you to all keep an eye on what's going on because I have a feeling there might be a little flare up. There is in Austin and Portland and Seattle. And you know what? With my greatest sympathies to the people who are still in those cities. I mean, if you can, get out. If you can't, you need to change the leadership. And I really don't give a shit what side you're on right now. I don't care if you like the Orange Man or you don't like the Orange Man. It doesn't matter at this point. You can hate the Orange Man all you want. You still live in a shithole that's not going to have any police and it's not going to be safe. And if you got kids, they're in danger. They're going to be in danger going to school. They're going to be in danger all the time. What do you think is the first thing that's going to happen when there's a place with no police and kids? People automatically assume, well, the drug dealers will go in and they will, but something much, much worse and much more nefarious. And yes, there is much worse than a drug dealer. Think about it. Yeah. So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not like Mr. Rah-Rah Police. Never have been, but we need to have them. And I don't want them replaced with something much, much worse. And there was already plans. There was talk of that about 12 years ago. Foul Ball Productions for $4.99. Love you, Gary. Happy birthday. Well, love you too, Foul Ball Productions. I wanted to watch a little baseball today. I did. I used to be a huge Padres fan, and I love it that they went back to their brown unis. But then I remembered they went hard in the paint for BLM, the Marxist organization, and I stopped watching. I didn't watch. I'm like, nope, not going to watch. Timon FLP for $1.49. Thank you for the birthday cake. Hail. Thank you. 247 Shades is now a member at the Gandalf level, and you will be getting a member stream on Thursday because it turns out my live stream with Critical Drinker will be at 1 p.m. on Thursday. So if you don't know, now you're going to know. I updated my live stream schedule on my website, nerdrotic.com. I will be joining the Critical Drinker on his channel on Thursday at 1 p.m., and we will be discussing Undiscovered Country. So we did Wrath of Khan a couple of months ago, and people seemed to like it. And we were talking up Undiscovered Country, and we both said, I want to watch that and talk about it, because we had such a good time just talking about how much we loved Wrath of Khan for 2.5, 3 hours that, what the hell? We'll watch Undiscovered Country. So I can't wait to watch it and then talk about it. Queen Anne's Revenge. Thank you for the birthday cake and the $1.49. And I appreciate it. Lots of birthday cake. That's good. Lots of virtual birthday cake, which is much better for a 51-year-old to eat. Roy McClurg, thank you for the $99.99. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Roy. Happy birthday. Good luck on the move. Come to Texas. We'd love to have you and your family. Texas is numero uno on our list, and the reason is I can get a house for cheap. I'm tired of being somewhere where everything is so stupidly expensive. For one, I lived in a town. San Francisco it's not a town of convenience, okay? People go there. People live in San Francisco so they can say they live in San Francisco. I'm sure there are people who genuinely like living in a 10 by 10 room that they're paying $3,500 for. And, there's like no place to eat. They say the food is great in San Francisco. Sure. If you're into 5-star French dining every night where they put like this much food on your plate and charge you $75. And sure, there is a ton of Vietnamese and Thai and Chinese places that are all like Americanized Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese, and it's okay. I mean, it's pretty good. The Thai food is really good there. I will say that. I'm not that impressed with the Chinese food, and I'm not that into Vietnamese food, but the Thai food is good. I'll say that. But, I mean, I think the food's overrated. I think everything's overrated about that city. It smells like pee, even in the good times. And it's a town filled with people who would rather wait in a line for a half an hour to eat an artisanal muffin made by a baker from the French Alps who was written up in some obscure magazine so they could post about it on Instagram and only eat half the cupcake. That's what San Francisco is. I am a simple man. I like a good old-fashioned strip mall where I can drive up to my Boston market or my fucking whatever and get my food and leave and not think about it. I like a good strip mall. I don't give a shit. I don't need beautiful buildings and artisanal food. I don't give a shit. Food is food. It's sustenance. So never really fit in there. The reason I was there, okay, is because of a girl. So Melissa lived there and I lived down here. She had the better career than I did at the time. When we started dating again, I was just schlepping parts at Acura, and I'm pointing because I worked about a block that way. That was the last job I had here before I moved to San Francisco at the Acura dealership. And I was doing parts there, and I could do parts anywhere. And she was the creative director at a salon. So I moved up there, and, it was okay. I didn't do much because, if you drink, San Francisco is probably a lot more fun. If you drink and smoke weed, it's probably a hell of a town. But I don't do either of those things. So I stayed at home a lot, and it kind of worked out with the YouTube thing. But I mean, I didn't go out and I go to AA meetings, and I went to the gym and the occasional movie. I stopped golfing altogether. Golfing was something I used to do all the time. And I didn't golf once when I was up there because there's nowhere to go. Well, there's one place to golf, and I just never bothered. But yeah, I can golf again. Very happy about that. And I'm officially an old man, so I can play the old man sport as an old man. Maybe it'll improve my game a little bit. Probably not, though. Probably not. R. Fletch for $2 says, Undiscovered Country. Hell yeah, dude. That movie is great. Second best Star Trek movie. Happy birthday, Father Gareth. Thank you, Captain Palsy, I appreciate it for the $5. Thank you for the phallic unicorn, Jason C. And thank you for the phallic unicorn, Mr. Insanity. Are you still up from this morning? Oh, you're a healthcare worker. You guys don't sleep. I forgot. You guys are hitting the stash a little bit, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Just admit it, Mr. Insanity. You know, you're a little tired. You're like, oh, where's the adrenaline? Just kidding, dude. Hail, Gary, and happy birthday. J-Lo Flicks, thank you for the $5 and the birthday wishes. Fred Ward Monzo for $4.99 says, happy birthday, Gary. And Brown Gaijin gives me some birthday cake for $1.49. And Bionic Belly Button, wow, long time no see, for $1.49 brings the phallic unicorn, and so does Mary Ashmead. Hi, Mary. I hope things are better. You were gone. Are you still doing the GoFundMe for you and your son and those medical bills? Let me know, and you can pop it into the chat. Go right ahead. Brian Lewandowski for $5. Happy birthday. Since you are escaping from California, should I call you Snake? Yes. Call me Snake. Thought you were woke. Dead. Brian Lewandowski, if you're serious, you are not the first person who thought just because I lived in San Francisco, I was like some woke SJW. No, never have been, never been close. I honestly don't know how you get from like Gen X punk rocker to a woke SJW, but a lot of my friends from high school have managed to do that. I don't know. I like to stay consistent personally. But no, fuck no. Oh my God, no. Yeah. I'm from San Diego. We have kind of normal politics down here. It's just normal. It's not extreme in any way. I think the only way you would piss off a San Diegan really is if you took away their weed. Then you might piss them off. And it would be like in True Romance when they were annoying Brad Pitt. He's all, fucking kill you, man. It would be something like that. Happy birthday. I hope you don't get hit with the 10-year retroactive tax if, and he has in parentheses, when it passes in California, even after you are in another state. Says Casperius for $5. That is for the extremely wealthy, which I am in no danger of being ever in my life. I was just thinking about it, because we're in this rental right now, and it's a nice house. Like, it's the nicest house since my parents' house. Like, it's the single nicest house I've ever lived in my life. I've always lived in like condos or shitty apartments in San Francisco. I mean, yes, we own the house, but it was a small house. It was 1,200 square feet. So, no, there's no danger of me being rich. No. Mrs. Nerdrotic does okay. We are very middle class. So, but if they tried to hit me with that tax, good luck getting me to pay it. I wouldn't fucking pay it. And I don't think anybody will. And you can't do that. That would never make it past I don't think it would get to the Supreme Court, because it would just never make it out of the state Supreme Court. It's completely fucking illegal. The only reason the cities get away with some of the shit they do is because nobody fights it. Like, Chicago's gun laws are completely illegal. You cannot do that. And you know what? Neither with San Francisco, but nobody's fighting it. Nobody cares. They can't. The state can't tax you for leaving. You just can't. And New York tried that as well with all the people fleeing to Connecticut and everything, and it's happening again. Listen, you want to keep the tax money there? Stop being a bunch of woke idiots. Start enforcing some laws. Get the Antifa a-holes off the street, or you're going to have a bigger problem. You're going to be stuck with them. Well, they're not even going to stay because they're bussed in from outside too. And you're going to lose your tax base. And it's not the fucking movie stars. I just did a video on it, but your tax base is the middle class, which there is still plenty of in the United States. They are under attack, under siege. That's who we need to protect, because the middle class makes this country go. The rich people, they own everything, and they do, like George Carlin says, literally own our asses. But the people who actually make things work in this country are the middle class. That's it. You get rid of that, you're fucked. Glad to see you're out of San Francisco for your birthday, Gary. Here's some birthday money. Oh, thanks. I am glad to be out of there, although I wish my family was here. But they can't be. That's cool. I miss my son. I haven't seen my son in like a week. It makes me a little crazy. Look, it's Problem Being. What's up, Problem Being? How are you? For £2, he says, Svi the Rabbi wishes you a happy birthday too. Well, you tell him thank you very much. I love Svi the foul-mouthed rabbi. He's dropping F-bombs more than I do. But Mazel Tov. Svi is awesome. And so is Father Christopher Miller out there. Talked to him this morning. Love that guy. Happy birthday, Gary. Get yourself a carne asada burrito. I will. Malakot 63 for $10. I'll get another one tomorrow. I'm okay. Oh my God. I was talking to Az today. If I can go to the gym, I might get emotional. That might be an emotional moment for me. It's been since March 16th and they might reopen down here. It's like, oh my God, I'm looking forward to going to a 24-hour fitness. My life is sad. Happy escape from the womb day, Gary. Why, yes, I was. It was escape, or was it ejected? Bionic belly button for $5. We'll never know. We'll never ever know. My mom, my birth mom, was 16 when she had me. She gave birth to me in a Salvation Army here in San Diego in 1969. And it was called Booth Memorial Hospital. And it wasn't really a hospital. It was we'll call it a outpatient care for unwed mothers, which was still a shameful thing in 1969. And not that my mom was shamed. She was just extremely young. If you see a picture of her with the little baby bump, and it's not something that hit me until I got much, much older. And you see how like young my mom looks. Like she looks young. I'm like, oh my God. But my dad was young too. And they were going to stay together. But he was like a Seventh-day Adventist, right? And he freaked out and bailed, and she never saw him again. I have never met the man. I kind of know where he is. I know what his name is. I've just never really felt the need to seek him out. I don't have like daddy issues over this though, because I've never met him. And I just figured he was a kid. He got freaked out. He moved on. I mean, yeah, sure. It kind of bummed me out when I was little, and when I was a teenager, I was like, my fucking dad loved me. But, I had a dad. My dad, who adopted me, he was cool. So, not that we got along all the time, but we eventually did. So I never tripped on it, and I still don't. And, I think my birthday, I think about him and I'm like, maybe I'll seek him out. And then I forget about it the next day. And it's not that big a deal. If you wanted to seek me out, I'm not hard to find. And the last time I checked, he lived in a mobile home in North Carolina somewhere. His name is Douglas Knight. So my birth name was Knight. Much better than Beekler, right? I was like, why couldn't I keep that one? That was good. That was a good last name. But that's my official coat of arms and my bloodline. So happy birthday, Gary. Now yours, the month and week. Yours is the month and the week after mine. Mine is 7/11/77. Oh, you're such a youngster. Oh, my God. Like born right after Star Wars, Mary. Born right after Star Wars. I remember 1977. I remember that year vividly because I spent the entire summer watching Star Wars every weekend. My sister would take me, and we would go for like a $1.25 and go see Star Wars. Birthday gas money. Thank you, R. Fletch, for $5. I appreciate it. Okay, Gare, MT Bear for $1.49, a phallic unicorn. Cheers. Cheers, okay, Gare. Smell my balls. Sure, for £5, why not? Your holy beardness, could you recommend essential Spawn stuff? I've ordered Origins Volume 1 and 2, and have I effed up? Thanks, you're my favorite thing on the internet after Pornhub. Whoa, that might be the highest praise I have ever received. I'm going to screenshot that. Honestly, if a grown man says you are my favorite thing on the internet after Pornhub, that's like finding a unicorn. That's like striking gold. I need to share that with Mrs. Nerdrotic. She will get a kick out of that. That's going on Twitter, dude. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Should I save the file as Pornhub? Sure. Pornhub. Not Pornhun. Pornhub. There we go. Well done. Well done, Smell My Balls. You need to get together with Phil McCracken. Yeah. And Mike Hunt. Yeah. R. Fletch for $2. Hear me, creature of Hollywood. There's not going to be many creatures of Hollywood left, R. Fletch. They're fleeing like a bunch of little bitches, like the bitches they are. I wonder if Patton Oswalt is going to run into his little hobbit hole, that piece of shit, after shaming people for wanting to go to work, clowning people constantly for who they vote for. This little piece of shit. See, what they do is they become what they hate. I'm sure Patton Oswalt was brutally, and I mean fucking brutally, picked on when he was a kid. I mean, look at him. He's a fucking hobbit. And I know somebody who knew him when he was younger and grew up with him and could tell you without a doubt that the minute he got famous, he forgot everybody. He stopped answering phones. He thought he was better than everyone. And he big-timed all of his friends, including some family members, maybe. Yeah, I just heard he's just the biggest dick. And I've heard much worse than that, too. That I can't say. But, yeah, Patton Oswalt. Fuck that dude. Happy birthday, Gary. Have you been to Frankensons in the City of Industry? Many, many times. They have a new location, the old Sam's Club building. Cheers, sir. Mutant Serum for $5. Can you go in there now? That's the deal. They probably might want to think about going outside, although that would be brutal. So the City of Industry, if you don't know where that is, it's in LA, and it's a city in LA with the population of 85 people. That's right. A city in LA has a population of 85 people. At least, okay, that was in the early 2000s last time I was there. That could have gone up by now. They could have put in a condo unit. But it truly is a city of industry. And they have a permanent convention there called Frankensons. And back in the 90s, that's where comic shops used to go to get stuff. There was only, they would go to their distributor, but you can drive up to Frankensons from San Diego and get a bunch of, stuff for your shop. So it used to be on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I don't know what they do now, but yeah, I've been going to Frankensons, for decades. Second to last time I saw Stan Lee was at Frankensons. Dr. On Move for Australian, $10, puts in a heart. Why, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the birthday, Kate. Final Death Star, member of the Fourth Wave. You're a member of the Fourth Wave, right? Who's the fourth wave? Who was the first wave? Final Death Star. So was the first wave Jeff, Ethan, and Jeremy, right? That would be, and maybe Anna. That would probably be the first wave to me. My gateway into the Phantom Menace was Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. My gateway into Comicsgate was your boy Zach before Comicsgate was even a thing. Mary Ashmead sends, I forgot the breed of this dog, but it's the dog farting hearts. It's very cute. Thank you for the $2. Star Trek Continues is vastly better. Happy birthday, says Cultural Casino for $2. It is. It's got more charm. It's got more heart. It's got more soul. And it actually has full episodes with the story. That always helps too. Axanar is something I highly praised and I loved, and I thought Richard Hatch made a fucking badass Klingon. But then, the guy involved, he just started talking a lot of shit about me, and I barely know the guy. I've talked to him once. Maybe, he doesn't like the fact that I like Robert Meyer Burnett, but Robert Meyer Burnett is genuinely a good human being. MT for Australian $10. Many happy returns of the day, Gary. Why, thank you, MT. I appreciate it. We need to get Robert Meyer Burnett on. MT, don't you think we should get Robert Meyer Burnett on Friday Night Tights soon? I think we should. Thank you again, MT, for the Australian $10. Hope everything is better there. I hope they're starting to lift the siege that they have put you under and open up the borders between the states. That's nuts. Douglas Nelson for $5. Happy birthday. Why, thank you, Douglas. Ever suspect media companies like CBS are more shells and are more shells than not and are ripe for criminal inquiry? Yes, as far as being used for fucking tomfoolery and shenanigans. Yeah, for one, why is it Viacom CBS with a subsidiary of Paramount? Well, okay, for one, I would think Paramount will be the name you use. That's I know CBS is a big TV broadcast corporation, but Paramount, I don't know. It's associated with Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a movie studio. I would go with Paramount. It just sounds better. CBS is old. It's old. Broadcast television is dead. I don't know why you would associate. And Viacom I remember Viacom used to be a giant, used to be considered a giant, like this massive company that Summer Redstone owned while he was getting down with girls. He's 5 times older than, but not anymore. Hail Gary, hail all, says R. Fletch for $2. Hail to you, my friend. Live long and prosper, Gary. Telling the truth. Thank you, Angel Wolf, for $1.99. I appreciate it. Happy birthday and merry San Fran's Sexit. It says San Fran Sex it, but I'll take it. Have you been able to find a local meeting yet? I worry. Brian Yoder for $5. I know where to go for a local meeting. It sucks is the place I used to go to in Leucadia all the time. They tore it down. There used to be a permanent AA meeting there for years, and it's gone. I'll probably head down to the Crash Golden Hill House if I can't find anything. I used to go to the meeting there all the time. That's in downtown San Diego. But they were on the way of opening up here, so I'm sure I'll find a meeting. Once we could find maybe an outside one. Brian Yoder, I need to get to a gym and to a meeting quick. Happy birthday. Thank you for the $50, Brian. Thank you. Any progress in reestablishing your support network in the San Diego area? Good luck and regaining some sense of control over yours and your family. Bama grad for $10. That is going to be a process. But I don't know if my support network is here from 18 years ago. Chances are they are not. I'll go to some of the older meetings, which are all still there. But I'll have to reestablish myself, which is okay. But I got my sponsor, and you know what? If I really need to get around my support network, I can jump on a plane or take a ride up to San Francisco and go see him. But yes, that is oh man, I would be doing that right now, Bama grad, if I could go to a meeting. As soon as I'm able to go to a meeting, I'll go. Welcome to California, Gary. I know, Angel Wolf. I'm in the real part of it. Appalimi's Minion for $10. A few dollars for your move. I got you a gift. I hope you have it done by the time you have your get together in Las Vegas. Hope your birthday was wonderful. They need to use a flamethrower on Hollywood. They do. And listen, Vegas is on. on, I don't think Vegas is going to shut down. So get ready to go. Book your room. And worst case scenario, they're going to return your money. Just make sure you go to, go to a legit hotel. They'll all return your money. And the plane, any flight you got to book. Just beware if you have never flown into San Francisco or Las Vegas before, right? And it's your first time and you're kind of a nervous flyer. It's a little bit of a bumpy landing on the way in, but it's fine. The pilots do it all the time, but it's bumpy. It's bumpy. If you're coming from California and it's summertime, it is bumpy like crazy. Happy birthday, Gary. Best of luck with your move. Things will get better. Jason Gallagher for 5 Chilean pesos. They already are better. Every time I talk to you guys, things are better. Every time I just see the common sense flow, things get better. I watch some YouTube videos like Memology. I love Memology to death. I think his channel serves a purpose. I think he makes the world a better place by shining a light on the absurdity in the world and mocking it properly. So all hail Memology. Please subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. But I'll watch a couple of his videos and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with the world? And then I get my live stream and I find out nothing. It's just got a few idiots. Katie Sky for $2.79 Canadian. Hello, Katie. Welcome. And thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. And it's good to see you on this late night live stream. Fat Thor. What's up, Fat Thor? For $4.99. Hi, Gary. Have you seen the new bad rebought Lovecraft Country? Talk about playing the anti-white, anti-male lives matter narrative. Doomcock and I were discussing that, and we both said, We've already seen Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone, and I'm guessing this is just like that, but maybe 10 times worse. I don't know. Maybe I should watch it. I'll take a look at it. I'm going to get mad. And remember, the last time I criticized something with a black lead was Watchmen, and I was called racist by Matt Jarbo. So I obviously was the most proud of that review. I think the review I am the most proud of is the one, it doesn't have the most views at all, is my Watchmen review, because it got Matt Jarbo to call me a racist. Something for your Chick-fil-A. Also, keep fighting the good fight. Thank you for all you do. Poseidon, $6.25 for $5. I will have another Chick-fil-A. I mean, it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever had, but I didn't hate it. And the customer service was excellent. They were very nice, very helpful. The shake was good. I had an Oreo shake. Can't have those all the time when you're 51. I did. Jason C., who's got a Sheev Palpatine avatar there. What's up, Sheev? Thank you for the $1.49 unicorn. Happy birthday. Good luck this year on your new path. Price of Reason for $5. Thank you. The new path for the channel, it's going to stay the same. I'm going to warn you, though. I'll be real. I'm pissed. I'm pissed what happened to my wife. I'm fucking pissed. I'm working through it. It's not going to be a resentment, but I am not ever going to forget that. And it certainly has swayed my politics a little bit. My politics are ever evolving and they're by the issue, but I am not going to be complicit in helping any of the assholes who helped destroy my wife's business. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do everything I can to there's not much I can do other than vote against them, speak out against them all the time, and expose them whenever I can. I think we all need to kind of band together if we can, and I know we can, to put the microscope on local politicians, especially the ones who are screwing with your life and screwing with my life, and see if they're up to snuff. I don't think we do that enough. I think we hyper-focus on the big elections, and it gets forgotten about. And Joe Rogan isn't wrong. The people running cities in America are retarded lunatics. Now, those aren't his words. Those are mine. They're retarded lunatics. I don't know what else to say. They're latchkey kids who were given too much fucking Ritalin and told way too many times that they were special by their parents, and they're fucking idiots, and they're stupid, and they're destroying our fucking country. So we need to put anybody in charge of a major city under a fucking microscope. We can't have Bill de Blasio's and London Breeds and Gil Garcetti's out there. Look at Gil Garcetti. He looks like the second shift weatherman on a weekend third tier channel in LA. London Breed looks like what she is, an up-jump secretary. Bill de Blasio, I don't know, he probably should be on Wall Street or something. I don't know what the fuck. I don't care about that guy. But if you have to beg people to come back to your city after you alienated them for how long, telling them they can't have plastic fucking straws and can't drink a soda and banned fucking vaping, yeah, you could take a big old Cleveland steamer on the fucking sidewalk and get your D sucked, but you can't get a fucking haircut, but you can go to somebody's business and burn it down with impunity and get bailed out the next day by fucking Antifa. Yeah, that's a fucking problem. And I saw it firsthand. I was in a city for 18 years. And guess what? It sucked. I never wanted to go downtown. Fucking even going down the street on the corner. You know what? My heart goes out to homeless people. I know most of them are mentally ill or have extreme drug problems. And can something be done? Sure, absolutely. But there's always a percentage of people who you can't help. Doesn't mean you don't try. I understand that. But there's a percentage of people you can't help. And they're just used. Nobody even tries. Is there a solution? Sure. But I'm sure there's a compromise in there. And listen, the two sides right now are nowhere near compromising. And I don't blame them, because quite frankly, one side has been way more obnoxious than the other. One side they both have their extremes, right? But one extreme is causing a lot of problems right now, and the other one is nothing. It's a flea on a dog's ass. It's nothing. Okay. And now they're starting to come into neighborhoods. Don't fucking do it. You're going to see somebody's going to lose a kid very soon, because this kid is going to follow some adult who coordinated this idiot kid into joining Antifa and talking him into walking down a suburban street, and he's going to go down the wrong suburban street, and he's going to eat lead. And the guy who led them there, the Pied Piper, isn't even going to be there. He's going to walk away because he's probably some 50-year-old member of the Democratic Party or somebody else, right? Who was a provocateur. I've already seen that. There's a bunch of video about of the provocateurs who were starting the riots right after the election. And they kept on finding the same guy. You remember that Project Veritas video? It's out there, and it's the same like 45-year-old guy who looks like he's an auto mechanic, was stirring up all of these riots, coordinating them, paying them, getting the people, everything. It's the same fucker or the same fuckers doing it. So these aren't natural, and we're letting them go because the way our government works, and they're using our freedom against us. See, we don't want the federal government coming in and solving everything, because that shit does become totalitarian. But they're also being smart about this. The areas being destroyed are Democratic areas. So it's going to force the people to do one of two things: get the fuck out, or vote people out. The problem is, if you get the people out, they are going to go vote like idiots again, because most people, I'm sorry, most of the people running are fucking stupid. So they're going to go and flee something they don't like, but then all of a sudden start voting like they used to before. They absolutely are. Okay. I mean, because for one, that's admitting you're wrong, and people just have a really fucking hard time doing that. When I went to San Francisco, I mean, it's complicated, but my vote doesn't count. So it's a fart in the wind, but I would do it anyway as a symbolic vote. But I mean, I didn't vote like a Californian. I didn't. And California wasn't always this way. California, I mean, down here is fine. San Francisco is crazy. It's LA LA hasn't always been that crazy. Okay. LA's been, it's been Democrat, but it's been normal. Hollywood is Hollywood. And unfortunately, they have a little more influence now because of their connection to the tech industry, who has way too much influence, which is a technocracy, which we can talk about on another day. Don't get me started. I just start thinking about my wife's successful business that was shut down. It seems unbelievable. It still doesn't seem real, right? That 7 months ago, she was turning people away for months, and now her business is gone. Her live stream is gone because London Breed refused to open up the city, even though we had the lowest numbers in the state and some of the lowest numbers in the country. She still to this day refuses to fucking reopen the city, and nobody does anything. And half the city is leaving. And London Breed thinks she's doing a good job. I mean, don't tell her she's fucking up. Don't tell her. I saw the only time she spoke up is she got really mad that some white progressives projected some of their beliefs onto black people according to her interpretation. Now, she didn't mention anything about, I don't know, the COOF, opening up the city, getting business back open again, because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, because they voted her in because she's female. So I think it's kind of a big deal to vote people in on qualifications. You know what? If they want to play this shit in Hollywood with their own money and their own time and completely crash franchises by hiring a director who has no business directing a movie like the Birds of Prey director, fine. But San Francisco did it with the city during the worst pandemic of our time, and now the city that was having probably the best economy in the country is Detroit. And then we get it from both sides. Again, I'm not playing woe is me. I'll explain it in my video. I don't play victim. I mean, what happened to my wife is fucked up. But I mean, we both have basically our life savings put into that house, which it could be worthless. I mean, it's not right now if we get rid of it quick, but it could be worthless. Might as well just fucking keep it, and I don't know. I don't know what the hell we do with it. I'm not going to rent it out in San Francisco. Fuck no. Maybe like to a family member or a good friend, but I wouldn't want to have them live in San Francisco. But the way the rental, the way it goes, the laws are, it would take me a year to evict somebody, up to 2 years. And they tried to pass legislation. You want to know how fucked up San Francisco is? If a landlord evicted somebody, they had to pay their relocation money. I shit you not. They wanted the landlord to pay for relocation money. They already have a pretty sweet deal, and it actually does make sense for the city. They have rent control. So there's some people who live in San Francisco for $400 a month. And fine. It works. It does work. I'm not super crazy about it, but I don't own a building in San Francisco, so I don't give a fuck. But they have people who are living in San Francisco for $400 a year, and now they're trying to pass something where they can't evict somebody. Now, listen, I don't think you should. During these times when you are forced not to work and you can't go to work and you can't pay the rent, something has to be done. I completely agree that, but I don't know. I mean, this is where it gets to. We really need to trust people and hope people fall or lean towards their better nature. And this is when pretty much our entire society has just gone to the worst and took advantage of situations. And now we have, of course, the fabric of our society and our Western civilization in trouble, in deep trouble. And we have to fight for it now because a very small number of assholes are taking advantage of our freedom. Most of us are in shock still. We're watching this going, I can't believe this is happening, and why isn't somebody doing something? And you know what? That's a normal first reaction, and it's good. The answer to that, though, is we need to do something. Not the Orange Man, not Mayor London Breed, not the police. We need to do something. When they start coming into our neighborhood, we need to make sure we send a message so they never come back. You can use your imagination what that message is. There's a lot of ways you can do it without actually severely hurting somebody. But you need to make it clear you're going to protect you and your own. And if the government's going to say, I'm going to, they're going to get you in trouble, they're going to prosecute you, civil disobedience. No, you're not. No, you're effing not. Just like those people just went out and rioted and looted with no consequence. So just be the same way. Just be the same way. Just go, not paying my taxes. Nope. We don't want to get people in trouble. But if enough of us do it, there isn't shit they can do about it. But the good people are going to still be good. We still want to get to work on time. We still want to pay our taxes. And we still want to abide by the laws and do the right thing. But if the governments consistently sell us out, then it's probably our turn to be civilly disobedient. Are we there yet? I don't know. It depends. If I lived in Portland, the answer would be yes. In Seattle would be yes. Down here, no. Things are very reasonable, so I'm going to pay my bills. I'm going to do everything right. But if my local government starts selling me out, like San Francisco, no. I'm going to, and pretty soon everybody will, and then the whole thing breaks down. But that's how you defund them and depower them. And, San Francisco and LA are going to have a huge fucking problem losing their tax base. And they're not going to be able to find money anywhere. Businesses are going to leave. The rich and famous are leaving. Or they're going to become citizens in other countries like Greece. That's weird. Austin Kaiser for $5. Gary, I was watching another one of your Cal Exit videos today, and it struck me it would be awesome if you could get Adam Carolla on your channel to bash Cali. I would fucking love that. I love Adam Carolla. Sure. If he'd come on, Austin, fuck yeah. It would be it would be an honor and that dude is awesome. I loved his morning show. I love his stand-up. I loved him on the Man Show. I think Jimmy Kimmel, his former partner, is a sellout piece of shit. Yeah. Thank you, Chu, for the 20 Swedish krona. Happy birthday. Big Daddy MRI for $24.99. Happy birthday, Gary. I hope you had a great day. Great content on the channel. Glad you and yours are leaving California. Stay safe. Can't wait. I am glad we are too. And thank you, Big Daddy MRI. It's good seeing you again. Lou Bella for 99 cents. Thank you for the birthday cake. Arthur P., thank you for the phallic unicorn for $1.49. Price of Reason, once again, thank you for the super chat. We're going to bounce back up here. Dan Reese for $5 Australian. Happy birthday, Gary. Hashtag RIP Doctor Who. Hashtag RIP Star Trek. Hashtag RIP DC and Marvel. Yeah, these RIPs, Dan, are getting awful long, but more applicable every day. I haven't talked about Doctor Who in a while. So the 9th Doctor's back. And normally that would make me excited, like really excited. I think Christopher Eccleston arguably did the best acting job as the Doctor. I know many of people will say Peter Capaldi was a better actor. I'm going to go, okay. I would say they're equal as actor as far as talent, with a lean towards Capaldi overall as a talented actor. But I mean a smidge over Eccleston. However you feel about Eccleston, the dude's method, and he emotion pours through his every scene because he's a messed up dude. And he at least knows how to channel it, right? So he played that tortured doctor just perfect. Note perfect. So, but his performance in season 1 of the 2005 Doctor Who series was nothing short of brilliant. Absolute fucking tour de force, brilliant. Father's Day, I don't know how you don't get choked up on Father's Day. That is a fucking great episode of Doctor Who. All-timer. So I'd be happy that he was back if he wasn't getting involved in the Time Lord Victorious, which is something I would think about reading secondhand, of course. I wouldn't buy it firsthand until I heard the 13th Doctor was going to be involved. Then I decided to save a bunch of money. So I just take that money and I earmark it for, collecting some older Doctor Who figures I don't have, or getting I don't have a proper Mego fourth Doctor. I've got one that I piecemealed together a long time ago, and I've got a box and everything. But I don't have it's more of a custom. I mean, it's made out of all original parts, but I put it together. I want more of a newer one. And I could just direct my Doctor Who stuff at that, or I don't know. Oh, I forgot to show you this. This comes with the Orville. And it gives you specs on the ship. A little story of the Orville. I have stood on the bridge. I have stood on the bridge of the Orville. I still think she was a good Wonder Woman. Kelly's kind of hot. Yeah. Cool. It's hot in here. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. I think it's only, what is it? It is, it's only 80 degrees outside right now. Robert Kobos is a member at the proto-molecule level. Welcome, Robert Kobos. I appreciate it. Austin Kaiser for $5. Gary, I was watching another one of your... I read that one already. Duh. Austin, again, I will... Oh, there's 3D Trekker. I was just talking about you, dude. Austin, I think that's a great idea. I think we will get Lady Gravemaster to see if Adam Carolla would think about coming on Friday Night Tights. What do you think about that? We're still trying to get Razorfist. I don't know where to contact him. So I'm going to try to do that. We do have a guest for this Friday. So I will let you know. I think I can let you know. Hang on. Let me go to Twitter and see if I can let you know who the guest is. Oh, thanks, Krista. Krista from Geeks and Gamers wished me a happy birthday. Okay, yes, it's official. So the guest on Friday Night Tights is Jeremy from the Quartering. Jeremy from the Quartering will be joining us this Friday on Friday Night Tights. Well done, Lady Gravemaster. She is the producer to end all producers. She is. 3D Trekker for $20. Gary, I'm happy to see that you and your fam made your exit out of San Francisco. If you end up moving to San Antonio, we should meet up for coffee now and again. For now, here are a few cups of coffee to help keep you going. Kapla, kapla. 3D Trekker for $20. Well, yes, the outskirts of San Antonio are a possibility. We checked out some houses, and damn, they're nice, and they're not expensive at all. I mean, okay, listen, they're expensive relatively. All right, I don't want to sound like, I don't want to minimize anything, but $250,000 is expensive for a house. But if you compare it to a San Francisco house, you know what I mean. Matt G, thank you for the $1.49 super chat, and thank you for the phallic unicorn. And 3D Trekker, we will hang out. And 3D Trekker made the Orville that was hanging above the office, and I will hang it up, the big one. Did a great job. Hey, Gary, are you interested in Razorfist's upcoming pulp novel? Yes, I am. Good opportunity to bring him on the stream. Says you should DM him. I don't know how to DM him, Goob. It says no DM on his Twitter. God damn it. Yes, I would most definitely DM him if he wants to pub his book. Goob, hang on. Sorry, give me just a moment. I have to message. Oh, wow. Is there a fire up in Napa right now? There's fires everywhere. This is like the worst fire weather. I'm looking at a drive-through. I don't know if that's old footage, though. Where was I? I need to message Lady Gravemaster and tell her to come. Oh, my God. I am so behind on my messages. Holy shit. Okay. We need to DM Razor Fist. See if you can find a way. Okay. That message is for morning. Thanks for bearing with me on that one. I appreciate it. Multitasking. Happy birthday, sexy. Well, you too, problem being you stay sexy. Albatross flight for $2. Happy B-Day. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. John Ellis Bush for $4.99. And I see the Joker there. And damn, it's almost been a year since we've seen the Joker. Or has it been a year since we've seen the Joker? When did I go to New York Comic Con? Was it August or September? Can't remember. I think it was August. So it's been a year. You aren't alone, Gary. You've got us. If you, it's up to you if that's a good thing or not. It's a good thing today. It might be a bad thing tomorrow. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Oh, Tom, you did not have to give $25. That's ridiculous. Happy birthday, Gary. Buy a movie or something. Did you get your Flash Gordon 4K? Did you get your Flash Gordon 4K? I got my Flash Gordon 4K. And I was at Fry's, and there was nothing in there, and I found Forbidden Zone, the Blu-ray for Forbidden Zone. Richard Elfman's bizarre movie, which has Danny Elfman and the Mystic Knights of Oingo Boingo before they fully became Oingo Boingo. It's a disturbing as hell movie. I found it for $4.99. I was very happy. But I did get my Flash Gordon. I can't wait to watch it. Tom, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to get you back for that. Mr. Insanity, thank you for the birthday cake for $1.99. Jason C., thank you. Big Daddy MRI, thank you both for the birthday cake at 99 cents and $1.49. Cleve Bourbon, again, welcome to the Joloja level. Kent Barnes for $5. Happy birthday, Gary. We're 2 days apart. I'll be 59 on Thursday. You youngster, Ken. We're both in our 50s, and it's okay. It'll be okay. We're both going to cry ourselves to sleep tonight, aren't we? Happy birthday, Gary, says Michael Wolf, for 5 New Zealand Hobbiton dollars. Thank you very much. Oh, Lord of the Rings news. Oh, there's a train. I was like, what is that? It's a train. There's a train near my house. Cool. Like a freight train. It's really loud. And it's 11. That's 11. That's not so bad. Okay. So Lord of the Rings news. It looks like Russell Crowe is in the Lord of the Rings show on Amazon Prime. He is going to play the last king of Numenor, or a king of Numenor. Now, of course, what I do, this is where I get all my Lord of the Rings news. It's really easy. It's nothing special. It's just I follow the onering.net. I used to go to their website many, many years ago because I started going there after I saw Fellowship of the Ring, and I wanted to get news on, Two Towers and Return of the King. And that's when I started going to the website. Then I went back there when The Hobbit came out again, and then and then they have a YouTube channel that nobody watches. So I watch their live streams, and they just they sit there and chit chat. They love Tolkien more than anybody this side of the Tolkien Society, the actual Tolkien Society. I want to be a member of the Tolkien Society. I have to do my homework for that, though. I don't know if I can, but I would love that. So one of the guys from onering.net spent an entire podcast talking about Tolkien fidelity and explaining directly to Amazon that, you know what, Tolkien fans are more than just Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings fans. And that is true. That is 1,000% true. But Amazon Prime needs to get this right, and they better stay on fucking message. The Tolkien estate can veto whatever the fuck they want. Yet, Amazon owns all the rights to everything except the Silmarillion. They do not own the rights to the Silmarillion. That might have changed. So the good news is they are supposed to stay on message. They are not going to make it intersectional Lord of the Rings. That is a very important thing. But it could be, I think the only thing you're going to have to worry about, and I don't think this is a worry, because when you hear the word diverse associated with any project from Hollywood, what happens is that gets saddled with woke or intersectionalism. It's not necessarily the diverse the diverse is never the problem. It's just a skin color, and it depends on the character, to be honest with you. It's a case-by-case basis. And it sounds like it's going to be diverse, but it's going to stay on message. Now, that remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. I don't trust Amazon. So I want to hope for the best, but I'm going to expect the worst. So I hear diverse, but we know what comes with it. It's just like when Jodie was picked for the Doctor. We knew it wasn't going to just be a female doctor. As a matter of fact, I can argue it hasn't been a female doctor. It's been a human person playing the Doctor as a human person, not as a female or a male, really, as an NPC almost, with a program personality that is part Matt Smith, part David Tennant, neither being either of them. So with Lord of the Rings, the most expensive show ever made, we're going to be following Galadriel, Elrond, and Sauron. And we'll see, and they're going to cover the Second Age, and it looks like it's going to be stories told over long periods of time. So it's ambitious as hell. And they're going to do like multiple seasons. I mean, like they're doing 5 seasons. That's it. So remember what George Lucas wanted? Remember he wanted 5 seasons of his television show, or he wouldn't sell it to anybody, and everybody said, fuck no, but Amazon like bent over for Tolkien and Lord of the Rings. If they get this show right, it will be the biggest thing in the world. And Star Wars will be forgotten because you'll have Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. You know what? Some very average at best Hobbit movies, and this brilliant TV show that did something Game of Thrones couldn't. Finished. Entertained and finished. And there's something, as much as I respect and love George R. R. Martin and his world of A Song of Ice and Fire, and I find it very intriguing, Westeros isn't the funnest place to be. I like going there. I do. I like going there. But I love going to Middle-earth. I love fucking going to Middle-earth. Tolkien is, George is an obsession. Tolkien, to me, is kind of a religion. So don't fuck with my fucking religion, you bald billionaire. So we'll see. We'll see. I dedicate my entire fucking channel to the end of Amazon. I don't care how big they are. But Russell Crowe as the last king of Numenor, I actually like. I think that's a good deal. The young lady who's playing Galadriel looks the part. I'm fine with that. So, and if they're going to be showing the forging of all of the rings and you know, just what Sauron did to deceive the elves and it, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Please show me. You know, are we going to get I mean, like the only difference is we're going to have, the thing is, it's not, let's just come out and say it. It's not going to be Northern European. It's not going to be the Northern European mythology. Now, if it's only not the Northern European in the look of the people, probably not going to bother me very much. It might bother some people. It's not going to bother me very much. But if they fuck with the tradition of the story, the foundation of the story, the look of the costuming or the sets, if they start getting into if they start getting into fucking, I'm going to have a big fucking problem with it. That's the kind of shit that I'm going to have a problem with. Happy birthday to the best voice on YouTube. Wow, TR French. Thank you. I appreciate that. Too many nice compliments today. Jeffrey Wolf for $2. Greets from Escondido, neighbor. Well, hello, neighbor. Jeffrey, did you hear the train too? Yes, I am somewhere in Escondido, California. I used to live here. This was the place I lived when I moved up. Escondido is not like, it's not the sexiest town in San Diego. I mean, I would say Encinitas is the most, La Jolla is the most beautiful. Del Mar is cool. Encinitas is cool. Carlsbad, Oceanside, Leucadia. All the coastal cities are pretty cool. But I like the inland cities. They're more old school San Diego. I'll just say that. They're more old school San Diego. So that's why I like it here. Plus, it's cheaper to live. It's fucking expensive in Encinitas. And quite frankly, it's a little blue now. I can't believe Encinitas is blue. Jesus. That I did not see coming. All right, we're going to see if there's, we haven't been going for 2 hours yet. 3D Trekker for $10. Also, dude, if you move to San Antone, I won't have to mail you your large Battlestar Galactica. It's a win-win. But that's not a bribe or anything. I'm just saying, happy birthday, brother. Well, yeah, just hang on to it. I'll just come and grab it because I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in San Antonio in a couple of months. Yeah. I'm going to drive through, I'm going to drive around Austin, but there's people I want to visit. I want to visit Quarter Black Garrett and Young Ripa and Doomcock and Comics Division and you and all the peeps. I think Jake D lives in Texas. Yeah, all the people live in Texas. I want to go visit. Hey, favorite Gary, happy 11Ds. Well, Blue-Eyed Scorpio, back at you for $1.99. Wait. So Sam isn't going to come out as a trans during the Amazon Lord of the Rings. Frodo and Bilbo are at least better come out of the closet. Sarcasm. Polaris sucks for $5 Canadian. You never know. I don't know. I mean, Christopher Tolkien is dead, so it's his heirs that can veto, and who knows? They could be crazy. I mean, who knows? Like one of them could be Antifa for all we know. One positive is Beckett she cared about Bulmer enough to pretend to not know the Ferengi. Burnham would have just gotten more smug. It sucks still, though. Polaris sucks for $5 Canadian. No, I think that thing at the end was terrible. The fact that she had to create an incident to get Bulmer to feel better about himself after they have one scene where she actually made a mistake. I think that would have been good for the character. That actually would have been good. And I knew they were setting us up, and she's just a Mary Sue. I mean, like, who gives, I can't root for Mary Sues of any kind. And anybody who comes at me that Luke is a fucking Mary Sue, tell me when he completely defeated the Empire, because he didn't. He didn't. Lando Calrissian blew up the Death Star. Han Solo fought with a bunch of puppies. When can we expect your Chara in a comic book? When can we expect your Chara in a comic book? Well, NK33, if you're speaking of a comic book character, I have done a comic book before. Okay, I've done a couple. You guys will never, ever see them. Never, never. Never, never. But I might redo one of them and maybe hire a writer and an artist to take it somewhere and I plot it out. But that's after I get comfortable. That's about a year away. But I would be interested in blowing the dust off it. But I've already promised this. In a future live stream, I'll break down the plot for you guys. I'll do my pitch, and then you tell me what you think. If it sucks, you tell me it sucks. And don't be nice. Be like somebody who's going to buy this story, all right? And tell me, because I don't want to waste my time. I think it's a good story, but of course, I think it's a good story. My target for out Cali migrations are narrowed. Arizona, New Mexico, West Texas, Las Vegas are too damn hot. Reno area is my leading choice. Not so hot, not so cold. Reno's hot. The only place, okay, so Mrs. Nerdrotic have narrowed down a lot of places. Now there is options in California to stay. Those options are like Placerville or Lake Tahoe. But that's extreme circumstance. Those were places we liked when we wanted to stay in California. I would say there's a very little chance I would actually go to those places. Tahoe is cool. And you could be on the Nevada side of Tahoe, by the way. But Nevada's blue. Nevada's a blue state, Robert Flores, for $5. That's the problem. I would go to Las Vegas tomorrow. But it's blue. It's so disappointing, but it's blue. And I'm not going to a blue state. And no offense to anybody. But the states and cities run by Team Blue right now are the ones with all the problems and the ones who want to take away my freedoms and the ones who want to support a terrorist organization that's destroying our cities to get out a president. You think that terrorist organization is going to go away once you're done using them? No. Things are going to be just as bad no matter who gets in office. Keep that in mind. They ain't going away until we get them away. Arizona, yes. New Mexico was the place we were going to move in our longer plans out, like years out. We were going to move to New Mexico, but it's blue. It's blue. Now, if, I'd be okay with a state, like a swing state, where there's balance. I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I like the balance. I don't like one party dominating for years and years and years. I live in California. You see the result of that. It's just like competition. You need to have competition. It breeds innovation, progression, and you get compromise. And that's how things move ahead. There is no compromise now. There is no balance. There is no... it's just a one-party rule. Nothing ever fucking changes. And I'm not going to play the game anymore. You know what? People can sit around and not recognize it because they're biased in their fucking politics or their religion. I don't care that much. I recognize the situation. I go, well, San Francisco is run by Democrats. It's never going to fucking change. See ya. Bye. And if it was the, Republicans being like that to a city, I'd be the same way. I have no patience for it anymore. And I don't care about feelings. I don't care about anything. I just know that we did everything right. As a person who used to broke the law quite a bit because I didn't really believe in the system very much when I was a kid. Didn't have a lot of faith in the system. I didn't like authority at all. I didn't like rules. I wanted to do whatever the fuck I wanted to because I was a little rebel, okay? If I wanted something, I took it. I didn't beg for it. I fucking took it. If I had a problem with somebody, I fought them. And that's the way it was for a long time. And then, I paid the price for that kind of a reckless lifestyle. And I was told that there's this thing called the American dream. And it's there for anybody. So I'm like, okay, cool. All right. I know I don't want to go back to prison. And I got sober and I had $200. And my mom and dad let me live in their house for 1 month. And when that month was up, I needed to find a place to live where I could rent. I didn't have any friends. So that's what I did. I worked, rented a room, stayed in the room for a little while, got an apartment, got a girlfriend, moved in, girlfriend moved in, blah, 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 and worked my way up and worked at a record store and delivered auto parts for $4.75 an hour. And I was fucking happy to have that job. I thought it was the greatest job in the world. Worked my ass off for years, worked up to be an assistant in a part shop and then became a parts guy. Worked my ass off to where that $200 from coming out of prison turned into me buying a little condo in Escondido for like $35,000. And I got a $5,000 loan from the city of Escondido that basically you had to qualify for, being poor. And I was very poor. So I qualified and you had to pay it back. The cool thing is you didn't have to pay it back with interest. You just had to pay it back, which was cool. And then my dad loaned me $5,000 with interest, and I had to pay him back with interest because that's my dad. And then the rest I got this little condo for $35,000. A little place to live, a little place over my head. I thought that was it. I thought like that's kind of I don't have any skills. I lived on the street. I didn't graduate high school, so I'm perfectly fine with selling the auto parts and living in my $35,000 condo with my girlfriend. I'm like, okay. I mean, like that's honestly all I thought I would ever get out of life. But I kept working and shit kept getting on better because I kept working. And I'm like, was very determined, kept doing that, kept driving, stayed sober, worked every fucking day. Liked my jobs, just appreciated what I had. And it worked for a long, long time. But now, everything I had, I put into that house in San Francisco. Because it wasn't fucking cheap. And even 20 years ago when I bought it, it wasn't cheap. And we had to put 20% down. So that was everything I had. With everything I had, I bought the comic store and I bought the house. And we did everything right. We followed the rules, paid the taxes on time, went to work on time, followed all the rules. Listen, aside from a speeding ticket here and there, I followed the rules. And we're punished. You're getting punished for it. I'm getting punished for it. And now all of a sudden, we're not only getting punished, we're getting shamed. We're being told that our entire system is based on racism, that we took it from somebody else. No, we fucking didn't. My hard work is my hard work. I don't know what they're fucking dreaming. The thing is, we need to not play these mental retarded games that they are playing. We are not on Twitter. We're in real life. I didn't take anything from anybody. I didn't appropriate shit from anybody, unless you're talking about the bush I lived under in front of a Long John Silver's in Encinitas. Did I appropriate the bush from Long John Silver's? Yeah, to sleep under. That was it. Privilege my ass. Now, do some people? Yes, of course. Absolutely. It's an economic thing, though. It's an economic thing. And now they're threatening to take all that away. Well, a lot of people are just going to start saying fuck it, and what you don't want is the middle class, the structure of your country saying fuck it. Now, hopefully we just fight for what's right, what's ours, and get everybody back to work. And there's always going to be a certain percentage of people who just don't fucking like it here and are dissenters. And that's part of the deal. That's part of the system. We'll always have to deal with that. Hopefully it doesn't turn into like some IRA situation where, it's just going to be some dudes, doing terrorist things once in a while for a couple decades. I mean, the UK had to put up with that forever. And that could be a reality. We just need to be careful. But you know what? If you see something, I mean, you got to report it. I watched that Alex Jones interview with Crowder on his channel. If you haven't, you might not like Alex Jones, and that's fine. You don't have to like him, but they tell a little story of gun trucks in Austin So guys driving around doing dry runs in trucks with dudes with guns in the back of these trucks blocking off roads. That is some Mogadishu fucking terrorist shit. We can't have that in this country. And if we see it, we need to like put an end to it as soon as you see it. So that's concerning. That's very concerning that that's happening in our cities right now. So I've kind of accepted that my house might be a total loss. Like everything I've worked for might be a total loss. And the one thing I don't want to be is angry about it all the time. I'm going to have to get over it at some point. But I can channel that into something else. I can channel it into something positive eventually. But what's happened is you've taken a person who was pretty neutral, centrist, independent, kind of sway whatever way I want to sway. That's the way I like it. And now I'm not even going to consider a lot of stuff. My mind is shut on that side for now. Things could change. But I mean, it's clear what's going on. And I'm not going to put up with the shit. My wife's not going to put up with the shit. And I'm thinking there's a lot of people right now who, you know, just went about their lives, played by the rules. We're neutral. We're in the middle. We're not political creatures, and they are now. And that's probably a good thing in the long run. I think that's a good thing. I think more of us need to pay attention. Pay attention who our mayors are, who our city council members are, who our county supervisors are. And listen, I admit, I'm ignorant to a lot of that shit because it in the past, it didn't affect me. Well, now it has. I'm going to make sure that never fucking happens again. I will not be surprised by this shit. I will not be surprised again by this shit. Ever fucking again. Can't really stay right now, but I wanted to say happy birthday, Gary. You've made my life easier since Doctor Who died. See ya. Hey, XL for $4.93. I'm sorry Doctor Who is dead. I really am. Wouldn't it be great to have some escapism to enjoy right now? Maybe a baseball game, maybe a basketball game, maybe an episode of Star Trek, maybe a good old HBO show. Remember when HBO shows were like something you look forward to that were brilliant and weren't something you cringed at? Phil Moore. What's up, Phil Moore? How are you? For $10. Look on the bright side. If Lord of the Rings is bad, the backlash and the memes from the fandom will be legendary. Personally, not holding out hope, but have a happy birthday. Yeah, Phil Moore. I love the idea of it. I'm excited to have Lord of the Rings. But you're probably right. It's a prequel. And he's taking over an entire age, but it's a prequel. And it's going to be done by artists in 2020. And right now, all of creativity is just hyper political because for some reason, some effects supervisor at Weta wants to tell me about his or her politics, and they think I actually care, because I don't. I care about as much as a special effects supervisor's politics as I care about as much as a perfectly stranger's sexual preference. I don't. I don't care where you put your junk, and I don't care where you put your ballot. I do care how you create art, though, and if you want me to continue to care, shut the fuck up. Happy birthday. My company moved to Virginia. Very foodie place. Old movie theater. Best Mexican food is from a food truck. More nerds than you think. Over in Virginia? Oh, I bet you there is a ton of nerds, and there's nerds everywhere, man. That's cool. Happy birthday. Keep coming east and move to Arkansas. Trina Guthridge for $1.99, maybe. But will I get Arkansas down there? Isn't it funny that there's an Arkansas? Draco Argentinius, what's up? For $10. I saw you dip into the member stream and then leave. What happened? But that's okay. Happy birthday. Meme stream was fail earlier, but wanted you to sell me on Umbrella Academy hard copies. Amazon reviews are poor. What's your pitch? Also, hashtag justice for Anas. Took a hit. Party on, brother. Yeah, Nas Abdin lost his case. Yeah, it sucks. And it made all the news today. I'm going to talk about that in the Nerdrotic Nooner tomorrow. I will discuss that in the Nerdrotic Nooner. I'm going to try to get a statement from him. Sell you on the Umbrella Academy comics. I think they're good. Everything about them is fun. It's a fun, weird story, you know? It's everything I like in weirdness. And the comic books don't have any of the politics that are in the show. But it's to your taste. You got to understand, Draco. I'm into I love series. It's hard to explain. I like what George Lucas and Spielberg liked as kids. I like serialized storytelling. You know, those little short movies that they used to show, the little short Captain America stuff. I fucking love that stuff. I love 1940s and 50s sci-fi. I love the whole look of it. You know, Jules Verne. I love all that shit. It's not quite steampunk because that's a fucking trend. I don't like that. I like Fleischer cartoons are kind of what sent me on that journey. Like I'm obsessed with Fleischer cartoons. So that's the kind of sci-fi I like. I like old-timey sci-fi. I like the look of it. I like the style of it. And it's something you just don't see anymore. The old Flash Gordon comic book strips. Think that. That's what I like. So that is kind of what Umbrella Academy is somewhat based on, mixed with the X-Men. So it's got that weirdness, and it's kind of fun and otherworldly, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, yet it's got a kind of a serious story. I love the comic books. I have them all. The season 2 of Umbrella Academy, again, was half a brilliant show and half a terrible show. Tim Riggs. What's up, Tim Riggs, for $10? Gary, sincerest happy birthday to you from a fellow former traveler. I truly believe your move out of Cali will lead to much happier and relaxing lifestyle of yours. Keep it real, man. I will keep it real. Thank you, Tim Riggs. As far as relaxing lifestyle, I don't know if I'll ever do that, but it'll get close. Jeremy Bexendell for $10. Maybe Wyoming. The state will be red until the Yellowstone volcano kills us all. Don't fear the snow. It's a poison pill to keep out the Californians. That's a good point, Jeremy. That's a very, very good point. Thing is, Yellowstone can blow like tomorrow. But it's not like things are going to be better in Texas. I mean, there is a slight chance of survival in San Francisco. But the poison vapor gas would probably take us all out. Keith Sycamore, welcome to the Geloja level. Hail. There will be a member stream in a couple days. Reagan Devar for $5. Gary, was there anything good about living in San Francisco? Actually thought about moving there a few months back, but now, well, you know, Reagan, it depends. Okay, are you single? Are you single? Do you drink? Do you partake in the 420? Are you in your mid-20s? Are you going to school? Are you into tech? I mean, are you a programmer? It depends. Are you going to work at Lucasfilm? If you're in your mid-20s and you're a dude or a lady and you can afford to live there and you aren't an alcoholic, but you can party once in a while. Sure, it was a fun place to be. It's shut down now, though, so I wouldn't move there at all. But as far as like the nightlife and stuff, I heard it was pretty good. And if you're a single straight guy, oh, you will do very well there, my friend. You will do very, very well because there isn't a lot of single straight guys, especially if you're like a manly guy. There's a lot of betas, but there's not a lot of dudes. So, and most of the alphas are gay, you know, so, yeah. Happy birthday, Gary. Wish you all the best in the new city. Why, thank you. Oh boy. Take some MC for 250. I'm going to say rubles. Is it rubles? Thank you. Drake is 6 for $2. Venture Brothers Classic TV, good DVD, Blu-ray, My Escape. Yes, that's why, if you look in the thumbnail, why is Gary there from the Venture Brothers? Because it's my birthday. Because it's my birthday. That's why Gary is there from the Venture Brothers. That signifies it's my birthday stream. I don't put, I think the one and only time I am not going to ironically put my face on a thumbnail will be for my Escape from San Francisco video. I kind of want to like make fun of a Phil DeFranco thumbnail and like put some stupid look on my face, but I don't think a lot of people would get it. So, but yeah, I don't put my face on thumbnails. I think it's, you see enough of me on the channel. I don't think you need to see my face on a thumbnail. Happy birthday, Gary. Glad to have watched Court Jester. Oh, you watched the Tweaky Kid. So we mentioned this in the Inquisition last Sunday. I wanted to, I don't know, wind down and watch like a movie that, like, they used to make movies that wouldn't stress you out at all. I remember, like, you know, when you're sick and you got this blazing headache and you're even watching a movie you like, but if the sound gets too loud, it just like, you're like, no. The Court Jester with Danny Kaye is like, it's, I don't know. It's like movie that's candy. It's just light. It's fluffy. It's funny as hell. And it's like this, it's supposedly this innocent movie, but it's not. It's pretty sexual through the whole thing. And it's fucking damn good. It's one of my favorite all-time movies. And I think the first time I watched it, I was just blazing on some of the best weed I have ever smoked when I was a teenager. And me and my friend JD were watching The Ghost of Mr. Chicken and The Court Jester. And we laughed until we almost peed our fucking pantses. But for both of those movies, we were laughing so fucking hard. And I went back and watched The Court Jester, and I'm like, oh, it's legit funny. And so is The Ghost of Mr. Chicken, by the way. It's a fucking great movie with Don Knotts. Yeah, so definitely, I'm glad you watched it, The Tweaky Kid. Any other lighthearted movie suggestions? The Ghost of Mr. Chicken. Thanks to you and the others for filling the void left by the woke properties. You are most welcome. Honestly, if we do The Court Jester and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, if you haven't seen that, that's fucking awesome. I'm trying to think of... It's a mad world. I love that movie, too. Those are just light, kind of funny movies. Happy birthday, Gary, says Scottish Nerd for £2. You are welcome. Thank you. Oh, did I say you're welcome? I meant thank you. See, I'm getting tired now. Jesus Christ, Gary. Fucking, what the hell? Scottish Nerd, thank you for the piece of birthday cake, the digital piece of birthday cake, the only birthday cake I can eat. The Tweaky Kid. Yeah, I don't know if anything is as good as The Court Jester. It really is like one of the better movies ever made from the 50s. It's a movie that starts out and spoils the whole story for you in the opening song. In the opening song, it tells you that this is going to start out kind of stressful, but then it ends kind of like a fairy tale. So, and then they talk about the drama within it. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Thoughts on the DS9 documentary, What We Left Behind? Michael L. for $2. The last good thing made about Star Trek. The last good Star Trek thing made. It's really good. It's really good. All right. It's 2 hours. We out of here. Hang on, though. I'm going to make sure. John Murdoch for $20. Thank you for the happy birthday, Gary. Masked Vigilante for 25 rubles. 2,500 rubles. Happy birthday, Gary. Wish you and your family a lot of good health, and I hope your new place will be a lot better than Hollywood. Thank you. Java Bean for Australian $7.99. Happy birthday, mate. Katie Sackhoff trolling DC Comics and Instagram. God, I hope so. Now she is a Wonder Woman. Great to see you live again. I love Katie Sackhoff. I love Katie Sackhoff. Everything about her. I've had a crush on her since Galactica. I have. Hovik Arnian for 20 Mexican dollars. I wish you all the best to you and your family. And thank you, Hovik. I appreciate it. Happy birthday. Is your refrigerator running? Yes. Jestero Roanoke for $2. My refrigerator is running. And it keeps my little Izzy's cold. Although that one's not cold anymore. Jody Williams for $20. Trump has been great. We need to remember what blind voting has done for the Dem cities all over the U.S. If we blind vote for Republicans, we will get the same problems at some point in the future. Vote smart, and happy birthday, Gary. Thank you, Jody. You are right. What you need to do with all presidents and politicians is plug your ears and watch what they do. Plug your ears and watch what they do. You'll hear a lot of bullshit, and usually what you hear will be nothing compared to what they do. Alls I know is since the 2016 election, I haven't seen any actual white supremacists show up. I haven't seen anybody taken to, I don't know, those little camps that you concentrate at. I haven't seen anybody get taken out, although I have seen people in masks terrorizing people, terrorizing them on the street, killing people on the street, destroying businesses. That I have seen. Which side is that? That is my enemy. That is your enemy. That is the enemy of the people. So partisan be damned. If I saw my side doing what Antifa is doing, they wouldn't be my side anymore. Period. Those aren't the good guys, obviously. Matt, legalize adulthood for $100. Happy birthday, bro. I got 4 years on you. Whoa. So you're 55. You're 55. Legalize adulthood. Well, why now? I completely agree with you. And thank you for the $100. Jesus Christ. God dang, you guys. Thank you, Legalize Adulthood. I'm sorry it took me 50 minutes to get that. Trekker T for $5.49. Happy birthday, Gary. A coffee on me. Cheers. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Gary. Greetings from Australia, says JJ Brubaker for $5 Australian dollars. JJ, are you related to Ed? I'm sure you get that all the time. Sorry. Trekker T for $5.49 again. Sorry, I read that one. R. Fletch for $2. In jail, but some groups paid bail. Yeah. Groups paid bail, and the groups were paid for by donations from Dynamite and Bad Robot and Disney. Yes, and so the corporations, because they wanted to be woke for about 5 minutes last summer, paid for the destruction in Portland and Seattle and Minneapolis, paid for by Brie Larson, by Natalie Portman, by Patton Oswalt, who said he was donating. Where do I donate? He said, where do I donate to bail these people out? Oh my God, if somebody went to Patton's front door and burned his fucking house down, I would laugh my ass off, and I'm usually not that kind of person. Even when they do get the justice they deserve, I try not to laugh because karma's a bitch. I would laugh if it happened to Patton, little fucking hobbit. Razor F157 for $50. Yes, we have to start cutting out the big man, but start supporting the little man. For real, no preaching. For real. For real. It will start the bidding for I'll start the bidding for the house at $5. I have a sad feeling that will be the winning bid. Lost hope for $5 Australian. It might be. Gary, need some advice. I work in retail store. Is pushing the distancing, etc. I talked to 2 customers about what they might think. Most think it's bullshit. Gave my opinion on the bullshit to work. They told me to shut up. Written warning. Should I fight this? Yeah. I would go up the chain. Be careful, but like if you get a written warning, man, that's well on your way to a write-up, and I don't want you to get fired. I don't want you to get fired. Agent Deep Eyes for 20 New Zealand dollars, depending on your situation. You know what? It's a written warning. Forget about it. It's not worth it. Depends on how old you are and what this job means to you. If you're paying the rent or everything, you got to choose your battles. Seriously. What I would do is any boss that felt like they needed to give me a written warning about anything, that was my sign to start looking for new work. Classic Comics for $10. The Dems are letting the mobs run amok and driving people out so they'll sell their homes and businesses cheap. The Dems will buy them up, and when the people turn, they'll sell it at big profit. Yeah, I think that's a risk. I think they actually want to buy up the property for the city so they can make little Marxist utopias. Classic Comics. That's what my thinking is. They'll buy up the property, turn it into city housing, and start phasing out private property. That's what I think is going on. And Agent Deep Eyes, it depends on your situation. I don't want to poison your situation at work. It depends on how happy you are at the job, how much you need it. Listen, we all have to put up with bullshit from our bosses. I did for the longest time. But any boss that felt like they need to write me up instead of just talking to me like a human being, I didn't want to be around. And I would look for another job. There's always a better job. There is. But don't get yourself in trouble either. I'd feel terrible about that. Kid Cassidy for $10. Hail, Gary, and happy birthday. Have you read the John Carter of Mars books? Yes. Reading Princess of Mars. It's ahead of its time and good stuff. Movie bombed, but I loved it. I love the fucking movie. I love John Carter. Best wishes to you and your family. Kid Cassidy, John Carter is the shit. It's a good movie. And the books are fucking awesome. Jose Vanga for $50. Gary, been listening to you for 2 years, but this is my first and long overdue super chat. Also 51. And on the same page with you about almost everything you ever discuss. Happy birthday and the best of luck with you on your move. Jose Vanga, thank you for the $50. I appreciate that. 2 years you've been listening. This is the first time you spoke up. That's awesome. Gary, my mother says you are right. The real YT for $2.99. Your mother is a wise woman. No, I can never hear that enough. I honestly don't. Even when I am right, Mrs. Nerdrotic goes, you were lucky. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday and welcome back to San Diego. Gary, have some Kahlua pig at Dakines for me. Oh, I will. Doc No for 27 for $5. And Dakine is what that's what we used to call our ganj. Can we get Dakine? Get Dakine. I don't know if that's what it meant, but that's what we were saying. Great to have you on the air during the move. Joshua Calkins for $1.99. Yes. And this is the studio. Like, it doesn't look like much now, but I'm going to have this thing looking dead fucking sexy when I'm done. Okay. There's going to be a Spider-Man pinball machine behind me, a Spider-Man Sega game. I don't know if the pinball machine and the Sega game will be behind me. The pinball machine will probably be right there. But we're going to do multiple angles so I can have guests over. I'm going to see if I can talk Ryan Cannell into coming up since we're in the same city. Young Ryan Cannell, my internet son. Such a good lad. So proud of him. Him and Josiah, I am so proud of both of those guys. They are fucking killing it. And I could not be happier. Those are two, it could not happen to better people, honestly. If you come to Texas, you will get to have the joy of eating a Whataburger. LOL. I've had a Whataburger, Christopher. I had it at New York. I thought it was really good. Really, really, really good. Is it the best burger I've ever had? The best burger I've ever had is the Counter in LA. And there's one up in, one in Hillsburg and one in Marin. So the Counter is like this, this fucking meat. It's like the cattle grazed on like the grass of the gods. And then they killed it humanely. And they made the greatest ground beef ever or something. And then you build your hamburger there. And by the time you're done building it, it's like $35. It's a $35 like gourmet, the shit hamburger, but it's worth every penny. Every penny. When you eat a hamburger too big, you feel kind of, you don't. At the end of this, you just like that. So the Counter, okay. I don't know if it's still in LA. I don't know what restaurants are still alive anymore, but it was called the Counter, and it's very, very good. Whataburger was good. I liked it a lot. I like In-N-Out. I won't call In-N-Out the best burger in the world, but I like it a lot. Despite what my internet son says, it's overrated. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Mr. Knight, where is your kit car? Happy birthday, Gary. 51 years of real life. Best wishes for you and your family. Thank you, Larry, for $5. Hail. I couldn't find a coffee super sticker, so here's something for some of that nasty coffee, since you seem to like coffee is burnt beans. I like dark roast Pete's. Tracy Wilborn. Sounds like you're judging me harshly. Gary, there is a great pizza place in Encinitas. Yes, there is. 200 Watt Studio. There's also Lucadia Pizza. I think it's still there. That thing's been there since I was a kid. Yep. You know that beach where that dude got arrested for being on the beach? That's the beach I used to hang out at all the time. Happy 51st, Gary. Here's to 51 more. Why, thank you, Corey Timigan, for $5 Australian. Gary's Run will be a bestseller. There is no sanctuary. I will find fucking sanctuary if I have to make it myself. Thank you, R. Fletch, for $5. Do you use the things like Pink Cloud to find meetings? AJ1218 for $2. I find meetings the old-fashioned way, AJ. I use AA. I just search the AA. They scan the PDF of the meeting schedule. That's what I use. Or I just Google. I go. But like in San Francisco, I went to the same place for years and years and years, the Gratitude Center. When I was out of town, though, like when I went to Italy, AJ, I just went, hey, Google, where's the closest AA meeting to me? And then Google would just go. Right there. There's the Alano Club in Escondido. But I went to the one in Italy, and I couldn't understand a fucking word anybody was saying, but at least I was at an AA meeting. It was like, alcohol, like that's I couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying. And it was Sicily, so it's even a different language there. But I felt like I went to a meeting. Gary, happy birthday. Please be careful out there. In Peru, we lifted quarantine and the beer bug started spreading faster and killing more lately. Diego Flores, I heard it went through your area and the strain was worse. Here's the deal. There's different strains, Diego. You know that, right? So you might have got a bad one. Diego, I have yet to meet a real human being who has picked up the coof. I've heard people in my chat who have had it and said they had it and it was kind of a nasty cough and they didn't feel good and they got over it. I think Jeff and Jesse, I think they had it. I think Mecca Random had it. I think even Tom might have had it. But that's a think, and that was a long time ago. But I mean, people in my general life haven't met a single person who's had it. And I asked my father-in-law today, I'm all, do you know anybody? Like, did you meet? I mean, we have to have known somebody by now who had it. And I don't. I think that's a fucking problem. I'm not denying it doesn't exist. It exists. I absolutely know it. I have a guy in my member stream who works healthcare. It fucking exists. Period. But even he says that politics was played and we could have gotten most people back to work, maybe, not open up movie theaters or anything like that, but we could have gotten most people back to work while keeping the most vulnerable safe. Instead, politics were played. And the worst thing was the rioting and the looting. The rioting and the looting actually answered the question because we said, well, if this thing's fucking real, the numbers are going to go up. Now, the numbers went up. Did they go up because they were testing more? Did they go up because they were fucking lying? I don't know because I don't know what the fucking truth is. Are more people dying? And no, more people aren't dying. More people are getting it, but more people aren't dying. Again, San Francisco, 65 deaths. I'll check. I'll see if that number has gone up significantly. The reason San Francisco got locked down, you want to know why fucking San Quentin. It went through San Quentin and it filled up our hospitals. So we couldn't afford it to fill it up with any citizens. Now it sucks that, you went to prison and you got the coof. Try to stay out of prison. That was one of my worst nightmares, that something would happen while we were in prison, Where it was, San Fran. Every time I go to this, it just makes me mad, though. 70 since March 16th. In a city of 1 million people. 70. Sucks. Absolutely sucks that 70 people have passed. I'm guessing the vast majority of them were over 70. And I don't know if it's even all true. I don't know if that was somebody who got hit by a bus who also had the coof. I don't fucking know. I know recently there was a robbery in Daly City. It was two 18-year-old boys. They had two 15-year-old girls in the back seat of their car. They drove through my neighborhood at 85 to 90 miles an hour. Went through a stop sign, crashed into a car, killing a 60-year-old guy, and two passengers were injured. This was right in front of my house, apparently. And Melissa saw the whole thing or saw the thing going by or something. And the kids are alive, but their lives are ruined. Those kind of deaths are eclipsing actual COVID deaths, car accidents, stuff like that. Yet we still go to work. The fact of the matter remains, we didn't need to shut down our economy for this. Period. End of story. We were never going to stop it. Maybe flatten the curve, but we were never, ever going to stop it. It's in our lives. That's it. And I think right now we're just at the saving face portion and let's get rid of the orange man by any means necessary. And even the most ride or die Democrat is starting to realize that in San Francisco because I've overheard conversations. Not with everybody. Of course, there's still blind partisans or just everything is the orange man's fault. Had nothing to do with the country of origin. Happy 51st, Gary. Here's to 51 more. Thank you, Corey Timigan, for, I don't know about 51 more. I don't know. Happy. Remember, a party without a cake is just a meeting. Enjoy the day and many returns. Thank you, Joe Bag of Donuts, for $10. That is true. That is true. Wes Moody Webcast for $5.10. Happy birthday, Gary. Hope you are enjoying that San Diego weather. I am. Have a pizza and a carne asada burrito on me. Well, I thank you, Wes Moody. Hope everything is well. Hope the podcast and the show on YouTube is doing well. Check out his channel. He and Culture Casino, man. Up and comers, man. Fat Thor for $4.99. Hey, Gary, would you please mail me a couple of carne asada burritos from San Diego to Pahrump, Nevada for my birthday on Thursday? Thank you. Sure, Fat Thor. I need your address, though. So email me your address, and I'll send them. I only have one stamp. That should be enough, right? Pahrump, Nevada, home of Art Bell. Fat Thor, I'll see you in Vegas, by the way. Best of luck, wherever you land. I left my hometown of Chicago, and it was the best decision I've made in a long time. Son of the Dragon for $5. Thank you. Poor Just Some Guy, man. It sounds like Just Some Guy likes Chicago, and he just wants it to not be so, murderous. And I don't think Just Some Guy could just up and leave, and I don't think he would. He just doesn't seem the kind of guy who would turn tail. Like, I turn tail, but the thing is, you're not going to win there. I'm not going to fight a battle I'm not going to win. What did Balon Greyjoy say? You bend the knee so you can pull your sword another day. Happy birthday, Nerdrotic. Let's find a way. We will find a way. Master Sidearms for $2. Oh, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. You see, the thing is, it's easy to be bad. It's easy to burn shit and put on masks and scare people. It's fucking easy. Now, okay, they've coordinated and they're funded. But they took us by surprise. We weren't ready. So we need to now be ready. We need to be prepared. We have now seen, I'm actually kind of glad we saw this a bit early. We now see their plan, and we need to start planning against them. We need to start organizing too. And I am all ears. If so, I don't know who's doing the organizing, but point me in the way, and I will do whatever I can to help. Because I said it in my next video, but the next place I'm going, when I move there, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I am not giving up a single cunt hair of distance to anybody anymore. Sorry for the foul language. I'm not giving up an inch. I will be fighting for the next place I live, not running. I'm staying, and I will fight for it. Happy birthday, Nerdrotic. I appreciate it. Welcome back to San Diego, seemingly the best place in California. Hope Sandy doesn't end up ruined like the rest of the state. We should hang out. It doesn't, Jagerbomb, it doesn't seem like it is. I mean, listen, there's always been Kensington and Ocean Beach, and yeah, the Mira Mesa fucking rioting was weird, but that's strange. That's strange. But for the most part, San Diego's pretty chill. Haven't been there in a bit, but I still haven't been here in a bit, but I still love you, Gary. Hope you're doing great. Well, Jody Williams, don't be a stranger. And thank you for coming back. And thank you for the $5. I appreciate it, Jody. Gary, are you going to be a part of EFAP 100? Asked Jason Cannon for $5. Yes. I will be there on the 22nd. I don't know what time I'm rolling in, but the answer is yes. I want the gym back so badly. Also, happy birthday, Dad. Oh, thanks, Ryan Cannell. I was just talking about you for $5. You're probably in bed by now. Yeah, the gym in 2 weeks? Ryan, we can go? That'd be fucking so great. Happy lap around the Sunday, Gary. Hope you have many more. Well, thank you, Arthur P., for $5. We have some binary code here. 0101 00101 for $10. Happy birthday, guy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Chuck Zilla for $5 Canadian. Happy Hatching Day. You and my dad share the same birthday. He passed away 4 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. He would have been 101 today, and I will be 51 next week. Cheers. Well, hail, Chuck Zilla. Yeah, I lost my dad 15 years ago. 15, fucking, whoa, 18. What am I thinking? Long time ago. Jeez, almost 20. Shit. Yeah, 2021. He'll be gone 20 years. I got to go visit. I haven't visited his grave since Comic-Con of last year, so I got to go check it out. Another happy birthday to you. Sleep. What is that again? Oh, glad to have a stream tonight to pass the midnight hours. Mr. Insanity, what the fuck is sleep? And I'll be back tomorrow. Rod Thunderheart for 20 Canadian pesos. Happy birthday, Gary. Enjoy the extra coin or maybe spend it on your move. Sorry to hear about the woes, but completely understandable. That's happening up here in Canada too. Don't be fooled. Small businesses are going under too. Yeah, they're fucking small businesses. And they're going to regret that. Alex Game, welcome to the proto-molecule level. Hail. Brown Gaijin, it's okay to buy used DVDs or Doctor Who on Amazon. It's okay to buy used DVDs, and they're cheaper, Brown Gaijin. If you want to buy Doctor Who on Amazon, why don't you look for an Amazon seller instead of Amazon themselves? And that way, you're at least helping a small business. Pod Racing Palpatine for $4.99. Happy birthday, Gary, and hail, Garrett. And hail, I saw a Last Jedi fan in the wild the other day. It was a beautiful sight, was it? Grew up in South Orange County in the 80s. I don't understand SF and LA. Please announce when you set up a San Diego mini meetup and with you and Ryan and the others. I will, the John Beck. I will. Happy birthday. How do you feel about living on the East Coast? Like in or around Maryland. We've got intense humidity here, but you like that. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead. No, I'm not an East Coaster. No way. I can't do it, man. I'll visit a lot though. Poseidon 625 for $2. Happy birthday. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you. Chris B for $5. Hey, Gary Pliskin. Found you through Mahler, your boy Zach, etc. a year ago. Good luck with your move. Try Florida, low tax and small towns with low cost of living. Florida, I wouldn't hate Florida. I don't know if Melissa would like it. Our friend is moving there, Steve, the business partner. He's going there with all the other alphabet boys. The alphabet boys, you know, the ones that like Florida. And God bless them for going out there. I love they can have a good time out there. They ain't hurting anybody. Happy birthday, Gary. Keep on rocking. Thanks for all you do. Why, thank you. Oh, Michael Tannen, thank you for the $51. That just snuck up on me. Jesus Christ. Michael, thank you. Sarah B for $5. Hail, Gary. Happy 51st, one day at a time. I am 8 days behind you. Hope you, Mrs. Nerdrotic the tall, and Nerdrotic the young celebrate with style. Well, Sarah, we will, and I hope you celebrate with style. Happy birthday. Mark C for $10. Comics rely on Scholastic. What happens to their funding when we bail out a quarter of the country who are unemployed and kids are doing school from home? Hashtag defund Scholastic. Happy birthday. Yeah, Mark C, Scholastic's fucked. That's not going to be a solution for DC. The kids will not be at school. I mean, it's a scam. You know that though. You know that it's a scam. Happy birthday, Gary. I need to move as well. Escape from LA is becoming my goal, and it is real, Rob. I mean, shit, when the movie stars are leaving. I don't know which ones are. Well, it's Lou Ferrigno for one. And yeah, he lived in a house for 40 years, and his wife opened the curtains, and there was a bunch of gang members sitting on the retaining wall, like catcalling her, and she said she would call the police, and they laughed at her. And you know what? And it wasn't even Lou Ferrigno is not. He's right wing, so I think he actually works for Trump. But that's the politics that have been let in the door, and they will sacrifice you and your own to destroy these cities. And they sacrificed my wife's business without a blink. London Breed doesn't even know she destroyed my wife's business, but I will make her know. By the end of the year, she will know the name Melissa Wagner, and she will know the name Secret Agent Salon, because I'm going to tweet at that bitch every fucking week, and it's going to get really salty. I just need to get settled down, and my goal is to have her block me. But I want her to know my wife's name and know my wife's business name and know she fucking shut it down. I sent these $5 to the remembrance of 1391. This may it never be forgotten, says the great loner. The remembrance of the 1391. May it never be forgotten. You should have come to Utah. Thought you were. Just kidding. I still might. I don't know. Southern Utah is a possibility. I haven't made a decision yet. Texas is number one. We're only living here for a few months. Both the handy, well, my friend, it's not the handyman, it's my old friend, Jesse, was coming over, and the dad, they're like, well, you're not going to like hang up your whole office because you're only going to be here for a few months. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Of course I am. Absolutely. I'm treating this office like I'm living here forever. You don't half-ass this shit. This is my channel. You guys can sense if there's no figures behind this computer screen that you can't even see, but you can sense it and I can sense it. So they're going up. Toe of Vecna for $5 Australian. Had plans to go skiing in the misty mountains of New Zealand this month, but canceled because borders closed. So I am rewatching The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings instead. Good times. Yeah. Lady Gravemaster shot me a picture of a box set that I have never seen, but I guess it was a Lord of the Rings Hobbit box set that came out in 2016, and it's like a bookshelf. I thought it was the 4K version they said they were coming out with, but it wasn't. But I guess that box set retailed for $800. Well, I found it for $150. Now, it's nothing new. It's just the cool packaging, but I had to have it. Captain Palsy says, happy birthday, Father Gareth. Thank you. R. Fletch says, undiscovered country. Okay. My God, we've held strong, like over 2,700 people for 2 hours and 43 minutes in the middle of the night. Okay, let's read the last super chats, and I'm going to go to bed. And then we'll do another nooner, like fucking in a few hours. So it'll all be good. Oh my Lord, there was a lot. What you guys been doing? Okay, there's the court jester. Look at all that birthday cake. Okay, so Scottish Nerd, Angel Wolf, Peppermint Oil Capsule, and Amerifel for $10, £1.49, 99 cents, and £1.49. Scottish Nerd, Angel Wolf, and thank you for the digital cake. Amrafel for $10. Happy birthday, Gary. Wanted to recommend Jason Ward's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death modernized. Here on YouTube once again. Oh, I'll watch that. Hits on everything you and others are saying about the culture war. I'll watch it after this. Thanks. Gregory Fried for $10. Happy birthday. Come to Longview, Texas. 75,000 people, 2 hours from Dallas. We need a comic book shop badly. Okay. That's an option. There is a lot of places for rent. I can open up a pop-up right here and start a comic shop right here, like right now. I just don't have the time. I love scotch. Scotchity scotch for $1.49 gives me a piece of cake. The John Beck for $5. In-N-Out, best burger per buck. Happy birthday. I was on the phone. Will there be a San Diego meetup with you and Ryan? Grew up in South OC in the 80s. It was Republican. Oh, yeah, dude. South OC, it's not Republican anymore? Orange County is still Republican, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's still Republican. All of San Diego was redder than red. I think there's a Republican mayor now. But the coastal areas are Democrat, and all of California, basically Eastern California is all Republican. Just look at how many red counties there are in California. You'd be surprised. California used to be red. Not anymore. And listen, it just so happens that the blue party is the one allowing all the destruction to happen. I'm not going to play with that anymore. I mean, it's up to the people in the blue party to change that so we stop giving them shit, because I know there's a lot of very sensical people who are probably going, what happened to my party? Like, this isn't the party I'm down with. I'm not down with burning shit down. I was just like, kind of liberal. I wanted healthcare paid for by the government. I was fine. That's probably what, I didn't want like, shit burning down. I'm sure there's a lot of Democrats like that right now. You need to do the right thing for the country. And you can go back to fighting Republicans later on, and that's fine. And Republicans are not perfect at all, especially those neocons. But, there are some, like a couple of good Democrats out there. I think Tulsi Gabbard, as far as, common sense goes, like, I don't agree with a lot of things she said, but she's fucking better than Harris. She's better than Biden. And that, I forgot his name because I'm racist. The Andrew Wang. He seemed like he had common sense. Happy birthday, youngster, says Carlos A. Smith. Happy birthday. I don't like most politicians, though. And I've always said, if you want to know my politics, I've never been totally open about them, but they're pretty damn close to Eric July's. I don't want anybody telling me what to fucking do, honestly. And I've had my share of run-ins with the police. Very negative run-ins with the police. Now, a lot of times I had it coming. I did. Sometimes I didn't. I've seen I've flashlight therapy. I've received a lot of flashlight therapy. I got beat silly one night. Like, I didn't even know where the fuck I was until the next morning. My girlfriend was worried sick, and I've told that story. It's the guy found the pirate pistol on the floor of my car from Disneyland, and he beat the shit out of me. Like he was, I think he got scared by the gun, right? And then he got angry at me, but I mean, I didn't offer much resistance. I didn't have a chance. The guy just kind of went off on me, and I think the anger got the best of him. And then my girlfriend jumped the cop, and I think he realized what he did. And I mean, this is just passed on to me by my girlfriend. And she got hit by the guy, right? She got a bloody lip. And I think that kind of woke him up, and he just kind of sent us on our way. And that was, we didn't complain back then. You could complain to who? The cops? They would go, get the fuck out of here. You had it coming. It was a simpler time. It really was. But that whole night, I don't remember shit at all. I know most of the comics I was into from the 90s get some flack, but I guess they're now Shakespeare in comparison to current comics. Iron Buddha 80 for $5. They are. Late 90s comics are good. There are some very good ones. There's some shit, but there's some very, very good ones. No, I like the 90s era. I prefer the 80s because that was when I was a kid. All right. So that's when the comics really spoke to me, especially the early 80s. Somebody was talking to Az about getting him into early 80s Marvel comics. He should. John Byrne, Fantastic Four. Fucking Byrne and Claremont X-Men, and Frank Miller Daredevil. Greatest comic book run ever. Brian Babin for $5. I had zero cardiac history prior, caught the beer bug. Now I have congestive heart failure, says Brian Babin. So how old are you, Brian? So is it failing? Do you need to get a transplant? How does the coof congest your heart. I know it does weird things to your body, right? But are you, I mean, I got to ask a lot of questions, Brian. I'm sorry. I apologize, but are you in good shape? Because what I've heard is the coof has been exposing a lot of things you might have had already. Mr. Insanity might answer this better, but the coof has been, it's basically gets people in there and then they see you that you got something else wrong. Now, maybe the coof brought on the congestive heart failure. That's fucking freaky. But honestly, through the chat, Brian, you're about the fourth person who's told me they had it. You're the first person who's told me you've actually had like adverse effects. So I hope you get better. I hope you don't need like heart surgery or serious heart surgery. If they do, I hope they do it. My father-in-law had heart surgery. He's doing great. He's doing great. So it's much better to have it now than it was 15 years ago, brother. So good luck to you. But what I've been hearing is the coof is just been, people have been going in the hospital and they find other things. And it's almost good for that because it's saved people's lives. Because if they didn't come in with the coof, they wouldn't have seen that thing. And, you know, Senator Vrinek on the coof. It's fake. Oh yeah, okay, Vrinek. It's a fake. Happy birthday, homie. Hope it's your best yet, and they keep getting better. Why? Thank you. It's a fake. Keep Kip Ellis for $1.49. Thank you for the digital cake. Chrissy Stone for $4.99. Hi, Gary. You should check out Money Pit on East Mission in San Marcos. Best bacon avocado cheeseburgers in North County. Holy shit. I'm going there, Chrissy. The Money Pit. I know where that is. Gary for president in 2024. I will vote for you twice, and I'm not even American. LOL, says Lost Hope for $5 Australian. Hail. Oh, I'd be a terrible president. I would just, somebody's fighting. I'd say, okay, you both have to work it out. Mrs. JB wants you to do a stream with Adam Curry. I would love Java Bean to do a stream with Adam Curry. Absolutely love it. That is a good fucking live streamer. That is a good podcast right there. Him and Joe Rogan. I kind of like Adam Curry a little more now. By country of origin, do you mean Spain? Beerbug found there January 2019 separately. Fauci funded Wuhan lab. Happy birthday, brother. Stay positive. Country of origin was it Spain? I don't know. Was it found there first? We could have brought it over there, but yeah, I don't know. What I mean by country of origin is the Communist Party, the communist regime of China, which if it didn't bring this coof, it's brought many more. And if it brings one more, I think that's one too many. We need to seriously rethink our entire relationship with that country. Get the fuck out of California, says Break Gear for $5. Fuck yeah, I want to get out of California, which might be Winnie the Pooh's. It might be annexed by Winnie the Pooh anyway. Happy birthday, Gary. Hope everything is going okay with the new home, and thank you for being sane a bit in this insane times. Rafael Lima, thank you for the 10 pounds, and thank you for keeping me sane. Happy birthday. I can't believe you're actually younger than I am. Have a dollary dues to help with the move. Well, Mighty Balzac, I'm sorry that you're older than me. I apologize. I really do. Bear Nerd Fun, thank you for the cake for $1.49. Maybe you need a viral billboard for the closed salon. There must be some West Coast think tank that buys those anyway. We have one in Minnesota that exposed the Dan Rather memo scandal. Oh, yeah, I remember that. says Lucas Bachman for $10. You mean buy out a billboard like right near City Hall that says London Breed shut down secret agent salon, a female-owned and LGBTQ-owned business? Something like that? Because I think we could do something like that. Michael Brown, is there a legitimate box set containing the entire classic Doctor Who series? If so, where? And your thoughts on Ultraverse comics. Ultraverse comics were okay. They were okay. They didn't like blow me away, but they weren't terrible. I bet you I'd probably like them a little more now, Michael Brown, but I have not read an Ultraverse comic since the 90s. No, there is not a legitimate box set for the entire classic Doctor Who series. And you're going to ask, why not? And I'm going to tell you, I don't fucking know, because the BBC is as dumb as a bag of fucking hammers. That's why they allowed Jodie to destroy Doctor Who. But if they made they're going to eventually, before they phase out physical media, I think they'll eventually make a box set, and they're going to wait till it's all Blu-ray. They're already, probably when they're done making the Blu-ray sets for all the classic Doctors, Michael, they'll do a big box set. That's what my guess is. What do you think, my friends and ladies and gentlemen in the UK? Do you think they will make a box set of the classic Doctor Who once they're done going through all the Blu-rays of the classic Doctors? I think they will. Now, what I did, Michael, is I went on eBay and I searched entire classic Doctor Who collection on DVD, and I found one. It was expensive, but I found it and I got it. I pulled the trigger. I'm like, fuck this. I'm pulling the trigger. It's free shipping. All right. It was $1,200. It was $1,200. That's a lot of money. And it was a huge box, but I got every fucking classic episode that was ever made to that time. And mind you, God, I keep looking to my right like I'm in my old desk. A lot of they've found, thanks to Philip Morris, they have found more episodes that they have animated. I didn't have a couple of those, but everything that was live action that they shot, I got it, $1,200. And yeah, that's I'm very happy. I'm very happy I did that. It probably could have been cheaper if I just hunted them down one by one, but my God, that would have been time consuming. Happy birthday. Fiance and I are looking at Wyoming to escape this silly state. We're young, so hopefully we won't lose as much. Trade human heat for chilling cold. If not, why look at Utah? Beautiful states. Mercy Blue for $10. Wyoming's an option. It's like a legit option. If you just want to go to the fucking woods and get away from, well, I'm sorry, Wyoming. I mean, you have like legit towns, but you don't have a city. I mean, you don't have an actual city. That's good. That's good. They have Cheyenne, right? Cheyenne. So it's probably a very big town. So it's probably like a little bigger than Oceanside here or something like that. That's an option. It's a legit option. Internet. Always got to think about that internet though. The Belgian Syrup Prince for $5. Gary, do you think the vintage comics will still be worth something in the future? I just don't see kids today collecting comics anymore. Greetings. That's a good question. You got to kind of look at the golden age market right now, and that will tell you where the comic book market is going. Eventually, it will age out, and comic books will be, I won't say worthless, but their value will peak out. Now, first appearances of Spider-Man, I mean, if you can get one, buy one now, because that will be always worth money. That'll always be worth money. Or a first Superman, if you think you can afford it, it will always be worth money. Happy escape from LA, Gary. Thank you, Cardinal Sin, for $1.99. Sean Carter, I was just talking about that to my pops, my father-in-law. We were talking about Tesla stock is like $1,500 now, for real. Well, I had Tesla stock when I left, and I was going to cash it out through E-Trade because I got a bunch of stock while I worked there because I needed some money. I was, this is right when I was starting the YouTube gig, and it wasn't making a lot of money. So I needed a few $100, and I didn't finish the process. So I forgot to finish the process, and I still had a bunch of Tesla stock. Got an E-Trade letter the other day, and holy shit, I'm glad I forgot to fucking go through with that process. I was like, yes. Yeah, holy shit. Tesla stock. But the same thing is for Spider-Man. If you can find an Amazing Fantasy 15 in a low grade, like a 3.5, a 3.0 for a few grand, buy it. Buy it. If you can afford it, buy it, because in 5 years, it'll be worth $8,000. In 15 years, it'll be worth 20 grand. I mean, like, buy it. Make sure it's real, though. You're going to have to go CGC now, because there's a lot of fucking people, a lot of shenanigans going on, a lot of fucking scumbuckets out there who will destroy a classic comic like that to put two together, and they'll do a restoration copy. And while those are fine to collect if you want, they could still gain you some money. There's still a lot of very dishonest people in the comic book art and comic book back issue business. A lot. There's a couple names I can give you right now, but if I did it out loud, that would be it could probably get me sued. Although I could probably prove that the guy is a complete scumbag and he would screw you over, but I can't. Yeah, I would never buy a comic from a guy whose last name starts with beer. Ever. Happy Escape from LA again from Cardinal Sin. Thank you for the $1.99. Sean Carter for $10. Happy birthday, sir. My wife and I want out of California too. Our final picture is going to give us the finger to you. Welcome to California sign. I can't wait for that moment. Your final picture will be fuck California. Yes, that's what I did on the way out of San Francisco. It was beautiful. Thank you, Sean Carter. Reagan Devar for $5. 2 of my chats didn't come through for some reason, but I was wondering if you ever read the original Lee Ditko Spider-Man run. Yes, I own it. I own it. Lee, I saw one of your chats earlier. Did you not hear it, Reagan? Here, I'll find it. One of my favorite actresses, Riley Steele, is from Escondido. I didn't know she was from Escondido. Really? You should check out some of her work if you ever get the chance. Top-notch stuff. Who's Riley Steele? Is she a porn actress? She a porn actress? 2 of my okay, so that's the first one. Hey, Gary, been reading Lee and Ditko Spider-Man run lately. Personally, I think Peter's life is miserable to the point of near satire, which makes it hard to get into. Have you ever read it? Yeah, but I read it at the time. So, I mean, it's kind of tough to get into now because it's of its time. It was supposed to be Peter was the hard luck kid. But you're not supposed to take it very literal, though, because if you get through the Lee and Ditko run, you see the evolution after that, and you see Pete start becoming a more full character. But you're not going to find like the established Peter Parker in the Lee and Ditko run. Oh, God, no. That is the early Peter Parker. Yeah, that's weird how, Reagan, your things were kind of, but I found them. Thanks for speaking up. Uh-oh, there's another one. God damn. 0 cardiac history. Child of the Flower for $5. Currently looking after my sick father who is at the hospital as of yesterday. I'm sorry. This stream is definitely helping my stress. A very happy birthday, sir. Child of the Flower. I hope your father gets better. Yeah. Mom Roddick was in the hospital. She's out now. She is good. I know a lot of people have asked. She's good. She's getting old. I hope your father it does great and just bounces right back. Child of the Flower. Michael Brown for $5. Thank you for your awesome answer, and I admire you for only a loyal Whovian would throw down $1,200 for something easily stolen. Michael Brown, yes, I could. For one, I own it digitally. That's one of the things I took walking out the door at Technicolor. They told me I can raid the server, so I did, and I took all the Doctor Who. So I have it digitally already, but I wanted physical copies. Doomcock really sold me on the physical copy thing early on. When he and I started talking early on, I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of digital. He's all, nope. I'm not going to go digital. And then I started seeing that they were going to edit stuff, and I saw what he was talking about. And I'm like, oh, shit, physical media. Fuck yeah. Now, I've always liked it for some things, for like special editions, you know, weird packaging. Like, God, I can't believe I'm going to admit this. You guys are going to give me shit. So I'm a Harry Potter fan, dude. So I got that Wizarding box thing a long time ago. It's like fucking the craziest thing. But I want it as a collector for the special edition, not even for watching the movies or anything. Cause I like the books more. But I got that, but now I get everything. Behind me is I went to Fry's, and I found Fry's. You can get like a bunch of $4.99 Blu-rays right now. It's great. I got American Werewolf in London for $4.99. I got The Forbidden Zone for $4.99. What else I get? I got 12 Monkeys for $4.99. I got something else really good. Oh, I got a bunch of Superman cartoons for $4.99. So a bunch of Max Fleischer and then other Superman cartoons. So, voice of reason and a bit punk rock. Hail, Gary. Thanks. Oh my God. Is that L? Limonali. Thank you. I was just like, is that an L or an I? I think it's an I. Imonali. Sorry about that. I have to squint and kind of look because I'm blind. Thank you. Thomas Mangold for $5. Gary, have you thought about Albuquerque for the move? I have. Seriously. My sister lives in Albuquerque. My little sister. She just sent me pictures right before the show of my fucking cute as hell nieces, who are the cutest nieces ever. They're my little Hispanic nieces, because my little sister is a little blonde girl, and her husband is Jesus. He's a chef at a restaurant. He's fucking awesome. So my nieces are my little Hispanic nieces, and they're awesome. And yeah, it's so funny. They're Hispanic nieces named Brooklyn and Sydney. It's funny. It's fucking funny. Okay. I freaking love it. Brooklyn, Sydney. I need it. My little sister's funny as hell. It's a little female version of me. It's kind of the shit of nightmares. It really is. Anti-Derivative Jill. I like that name. Anti-Derivative Jill. Thank you for the $1.49 and the black cat. Oh, bless you. Andrew B for $50. Hey, really enjoy your stuff. Please keep speaking out about Hollywood's SJW shenanigans and how crappy Cali is. Here's $50 for the move. Wish I could leave LA too. God, there's so many of us. And how cool did the state used to be cool? It did. It used to be the best fucking state in the union, period. You can go to the beach, you can go to the desert, you can go to the mountains. It's fucking gorgeous here. There's fucking Yosemite and San Diego in the same state. Fucking politicians fucked it up. Happy birthday, my friend. Hope you get some cake or similarly unhealthy indulgence. Haha. I might go to 7-Eleven and get like a cupcake or something. Put a candle in it. I might. I don't know. Best time is now for $24.99. Jesus Christ. All right. If I missed any, I will catch them up in the super chat. I'm going to have a mega super chat square up on Friday. It's probably going to be 2 hours long. And it's a week before. And this week's everything. Lady Gravemaster has been keeping track of your super chats and she's been emailing to me. So I've been slowly recording that throughout the week. It should be done by Friday. So keep an eye out for that on Nerdrotic Live Friday morning prior to Friday Night Tights with Jeremy from the Quartering and Az. So remember, Az is bi-weekly now. He's gone by. So Az needed to rest because he's working out more and he needed to take it easy. So he's just doing 2 nights a week, which is perfectly fine. So Ryan Cannell will be joining us on a permanent, in Az's place on a permanent basis. So there we go. And then Quarter Black Garrett's going to jump in when he can too. He's always welcome. So Lou DiMarzo will be the last super chat of the night for $4.99. Hey, Gary, I live outside of Memphis, so when I get up to 2:30 for work, I see you live stream. It's already a great day to my day. Best of luck. Thank you, Lou. And Jesus, so good morning to you, Lou, and thank you again, and have a good day. Everybody have a great day. Thank you, Starry-Eyed Girl, for being here the whole time and doing a wonderful job. We love Starry-Eyed Girl. Eric K is the ultimate wrench. You are now known as the ultimate wrench, Eric K, my homie from California. Lori Wilson, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Lori, the Modrotics. I'm seeing if Stellar Heather. Thank you, Stellar Heather, for wrenching tonight. I appreciate it. DJ D Show, thank you for wrenching. And Nihilist Shadow, both of you guys. Brilliant, brilliant job. Thank you so much. And all right. If I missed any Modrotics, I'm sorry. But you guys did a really great job. Jeremiah Smith sneaks in a super chat. Watch Critical Drinker's take on the Demolition Man and how it predicted the state of the current world. Love your Star Trek content so much. Stay safe. Why, thank you, Jeremiah Smith. I have seen it. And that reminds me, I will be joining the Critical Drinker, Jeremiah, on his channel, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. British Standard Time. And Critical Drinker and I will be reviewing, reacting, and discussing Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Please join us for that tomorrow. I will be on this channel right here for the Nerdrotic Nooner at noon, 12 p.m. Pacific time, give or take, 20 minutes. It's me. And in the meantime, everyone have a great day. Not all who wander are lost. And, Bear, Nerd Fun. Thank you for the $1. Getting it in there. And may the wings of liberty never lose a feather.